All right, what's good? What's good? What's good? All right, we back in the house talking boxing on this fine Monday morning. Let me say what's good with everybody. I am going to be trying to practice a more calm voice because my daughter just started her first internship with General Motors, and she is working in her room across the hallway. So if it sounds like I am giving in to these people that tell me to speak more quietly, I'm not. It's just that I do not want to interrupt her meeting. Freddie Jimenez in the building. What is good, brother? How are you this morning? My man, Terrell Jr., the real Manito. What is going on, man? Throw that like out there for me, man. Hit that like button for me. Adrian Vent in the building. What's good? Gilbert Jimenez in the building. What's happening? Mr. Blackwell. What's good? Dwayne Jones. Chillville. What's going on, Fire? Ray Wallace. Where'd it go? It flew up on me, man. Ray Wallace in the building. Pure Discipline in the building. What's going on, man? Alonzo Lambert. Can't wait for this one. I got Charlo number 3 on my list. Asante L. What's going on? Cadillac 634 in the building. Just a fan. King Solomon, Giovanni Walker, Jose Rodriguez. What's going on, brother? He said, Charlo not getting the props all bad. Hey, man, I'm telling you, man, they mess over boxing with this stuff, man. You mess it over. We got really good fighters and really good fights. If people, what's going on, Lady Erica B? Jeff Campbell, my man, Be Easy in the building. Happy Monday to you, sir. Just Do Boxing in the building. What's happening, man? Let me say what's up to everybody. I'm gonna ride down to the end of this. Musa R, what's good with you, man? I'm good. Christopher Lewis, what's happening, man? Edward Barrera, what's going on? Yes, sir. Jeff Campbell, what's happening? Said Kenny Gonzalez is the new pound for pound king. Oh, man, they're gonna throw somebody out there. Can't wait. Jeff Campbell, what's going on, man? Kenny Howard said, Fanon the Don, morning talk. Yes, today. Yeah, I'm trying to be a little more. I'm trying to tone down my voice because I do not want to interrupt my daughter. She's out there doing big things, man. She's got her first it's not her first internship. She actually was out in Missouri last year. After her sophomore year, she was out in Missouri doing an internship, and now she got one in Detroit with General Motors, but she's able to do it remotely. So she'll be home the whole time. That's what's up. Oh yeah, dude, let me tell you something, man. Glizzard Glock said, Charlo better hit the top 5 pound for pound. Look, man, really and truly, these guys I'm telling you, they're not going to do it. They've been shamed into putting him on that list. If they do it, it's because they've been shamed. Shamed. And they should be shamed. What's going on, David McCardle? What's going on, man? I'm sorry, I was slow on pronouncing your name correct. Look, man, Quincy Carter in the building said, hey, man, what's good, man? Let me applause. I can't bang the gong today, man. So when y'all super chat, please super chat. It's greatly appreciated and needed in the channel. So thank you. So I got to give you an applause. Thank you, brother, so much for your super chat. He said, Quincy Carter Fanon, how you rate Jermell's resume? One of the best in boxing. He dominated a weight class better than almost everybody's in boxing. Yeah, better than almost everybody in boxing because he dominated a weight class. That's how I'd rate it. He beat everybody in the weight class. He proved that he was the best dude in the weight class. And there are very few people in boxing that have done that. Tyson Fury's not done that at heavyweight. Anthony Joshua didn't do that at heavyweight. Alexander Usyk did that at cruiserweight. I really do believe he did that at cruiserweight. Beterbiev has not done that at 175. Canelo didn't do that at 168. Nobody's done it at 160. 147, we got to see the next fight. That's not happened at 147 yet. 140, maybe Josh Taylor. Did Josh Taylor prove it? I don't think Josh Taylor proved it. I thought he got a gift against Regis Prograis, and he got a gift against Jack Cottrell. So not him. 135, none of those guys have fought each other. 130, Not no, Shakur's not cleared that out yet. 126, obviously not. 122, Stevie Fulton Jr. That's what's up. He's getting there, but he's got one more fight for undisputed. Hopefully they'll make that fight. They'll give him the opportunity to make that fight. And then you have yeah, that's it. So I think, man, he's got one of the best resumes in boxing. Just like, you know, he came over, the loss he had, the loss and the draw, he came back and he got by knockout, which tells you he makes adjustments. And those were, and he beats people in fights that were evenly matched, because Tony Harrison was an evenly matched fight. It's a very difficult fighter to beat, Tony Harrison, and he got him. So yeah, he needs one more fight because the other guy's unified. Musa R, the other guy's unified, if I recall correctly. So he just needs one fight to be undisputed there. But even then, he doesn't have. Even then, you know, Steve Fulton Jr. didn't go through as many people as Jermell Charlo did, and the division's nowhere near as deep. I mean, 154 is probably the deepest division in boxing. So yeah, for you to run through for you to go all the way through and clear the decks on one of the deepest, if not the deepest division in boxing, yeah, man, that means a lot. You know, and I'm telling you, man, a lot of this stuff. What's 125? He's at 120. He's at 122, not 125. Real Menudo, what's going on, man? Mike Rhyme in the building, what's going on? Crawford was still undisputed in 140. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he was. So, I mean, right there Terrence Crawford's got one of the best resumes in boxing too. He does. I mean, you've never ever heard. I don't think 147 is deeper. I think it's better. It's higher at the top. But those guys have gotten cleared out now out of 154. When those guys were all fighting each other, man, nobody knew who was going to come out of that. Between Jared Hurd, Arizlandi Large, Jermell Charlo, J-Rock, Jason Rosario, Jaime Munguia was there at the time. No, man, it's a deep division. 154 is very deep, very even. Brian Castano, it's a very, very deep division, and there's a lot of parity in that division. There's not a lot of guys just blowing people out at 154 pounds. And I will tell you that even if those guys at 160, 147 moved up there, ain't blowing those guys out at 154. That I'm telling you, that's a deep, deep, deep division, man. Yeah, Tony Harrison. If I didn't mention Tony Harrison, respect to Tony Harrison for sure. Tony Harrison's a deep, deep. Yeah, Fundora's. Well, I'm not going to count Fundora in that right now, but yeah, Fundora is in there too. So is Tim Tszyu. So yeah, man, they got. I'm telling you, yeah. 147 is top heavy. Yeah, it's great fighters at the top. Gets thin after the top though. Gets a little thin after the top. However, it's still deep. Don't get me wrong. 147 is deep. 147 is deep. 135 is a deep division. Yeah, pretty much those are the toughest weight classes. 160, 154, 147, 140, 135. That's because, and I'm telling you, you know why that is? That's because those are the size of human beings. Those are the best fighters are in those weight divisions. Benjamin Newsom said, Fanon, do you think Boots is ready for Errol Spence? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think he's ready. I mean, he's not going to get any more ready than that. Let me put it this way. He ain't going to get any more ready. He's not going to get, maybe Errol can slip, but Boots isn't going to get any more ready than he is right now. Yeah, man, I think he's ready to go, man. Absolutely. I think he's ready to go. These other guys, man, he's just going to be blowing these guys out. You know, at the level below that, he's just going to blow these guys out. But I would say, take the take the Keith Thurman fight if you can get the Keith Thurman fight. Do that Keith Thurman fight. That's what's up. Hey, y'all, much love in that super chat and the Cash App, brother. Make sure y'all hit that like button too. Make sure you hit that like button, man. We got 304 people in the building. We got 117 likes, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Chris Brooks said Boots is ready for anyone at 147 and 154. Yeah, I think he's ready. I absolutely do. Noob, hey, Chill said Noop, the daughters hit that heart different. Hey, man, you know what, man? I can honestly tell you, man, that's not the truth with me, Chillville. It's really not. My son, like, you know who really hits my heart different is my son. Like, my daughter is very, very self-equipped. Like, she definitely loved my daughter to death. Don't get me wrong, but like, because that's how my father was with my sisters, and I always resented it. So I wanted to make sure that I never ever did that to my son. I didn't want to play like favoritism with my daughter over my son. So, man, I love both my children very much equally. But if there's one that I'm more like I'm more concerned with and I'm more focused on, is more my son than it is my daughter. Because my daughter is very, very she goes hard, man. She goes hard. My son, he goes hard too. But boys just develop a little bit slower, a little bit. And he's more shy, a little more shy than my daughter is. But anyway, Stanley Sims says, Fanon, salute champ and God bless. Yeah, man, blessings to you, man, and everybody in here, man. Chilvis, look, that's good. My daughter can look at me and I be about to break down. Oh, if you talking about that mode, yeah, bro. He said, your daughter's savvy. Yeah, she's savvy. My daughter's very savvy, smart, hard worker. Just really, really hard, smart, independent, hard worker. All of that. My son's a really good kid, man. But my son will hang it out and kick it. Like, my son is more of a dude that likes to kick it. Alex, my daughter is always serious. My son would be out there kicking it. Like he's got full-fledged Noop on at a young age. It's like, hey, I gotta focus this boy. You gotta get the work done, man. Anyway, Fanon, how much longer your daughter's till she finished college, if I may ask? She's going into her senior year, but she's got like another 3 years of school. Because she's going to law school. She graduates next year, then she goes to law school after that. That's her plan, to go to law school after that. I don't think she's taking a bridge year, but I think she's got like another 4 years left in school, if she doesn't go for a doctorate or something. Anyway, let's get back to this stuff, man. When they release the pound for pound list, hey man, they do it every month. They do it every month, and this is the 16th of the month. And by the time it happens, trust me, they will forget him. I'm telling you, man, they got that pound for pound list is very, very. Whatever their justification is, I can't tell you what they're doing, whether it's a regional thing, what it is, whether it's an ethnic thing. But I'm telling you, they keep those slots divided, and they give certain demographics of people a certain number of slots on on their lists. And they do not vary from it. I'm telling you, they do not vary from it. In order for Jermell Charlo to get on there, some black fighter is going to have to come off. Some type of American fighter is going to have to come off that list in order for them to make that list. And I've said that before, bro. I said that, and look, I'm telling you, I've been saying that for years. And what happened with Gervonta Davis and when Shakur Stevenson became an undisputed champion? What happened to Gervonta Davis? He got put off the list, right? He got put off the list. And then in order to sell the idea that Bivol is some incredible fighter, he's a very, very good fighter, don't get me wrong. They put Josh Taylor off the list in order to put Bivol on there because, hey, Bivol beat Canelo, right? You know what I mean? So I'm telling you, that shit is rigged. And it's not Mike Coppinger. I'm telling you, it's not Mike Coppinger's fault. Oh, at ESPN, I mean, Mike Coppinger didn't have anything to do with that. Mike Coppinger got one vote. You got all kind of people on there with votes, but who are they voting for? Who are they trying to sell, man? They're trying to sell ESPN fighters. That's why I keep telling you, Tavis isn't a top 10 pound for pound. You're nuts. Skylar Ortiz, the boxer, you're nuts. If you're Skylar Ortiz, the boxer, you're nuts. If you think Gervonta Davis is not a top, there are not 10 fighters in the world better than Gervonta Davis. You are out of your mind. You got Lomachenko on there. Hey man, Skylar, you are absolutely positively spamming the chat, bro. So I'm not interested in you're spamming the chat, which means I think you're a troll. Stop spamming the chat. You wrote a comment, listen to the comment. Stop spamming the chat, bro. JT said, I don't know if Boots is ready for Errol. Boots is a monster, but Errol going to bring him into deep waters. Look, man, you were never going to know with him fighting guys like Custio Clayton. Because Custio Clayton got absolutely mopped. And I'm amazed that people even act like that punch didn't land. He caught that dude very, very clearly right on that, right there. Or actually on this side of him, right there. How what, Iron Gloves? How is he better? Dude, name 10 fighters better than Gervonta, man, all around, man. You're not going to find him. The man's got one punch knockout power in 2 hands. He's a 2-time champion at 130 pounds. He was a secondary title holder at 130, and he knocked out Mario Barrios at 140. Clearly, the guy covers the range of 3 weight classes. The man beat Jose Pedraza, who moved on to win a 135-pound, a legitimate 135-pound championship. And plus, look at him fight. I mean, do you not judge people on what they look like in the ring? You cannot find 9 boxers with a better combination of what Gervonta Davis has between effective aggression, effective aggression, clean, effective punching, defense, and ring generalship. Get out of here, man. You're not finding 10 fighters better than him, man. No chance. I got you, Chillville, brother. Thank you so much for your support, man. It's much, much, much appreciated, man. I got to get these. You know, I keep buying these phones, man, that got games installed on them. Like, I don't play any games, man. My man, Chillville in that Cash App, brother. Thank you, bro. He said, keep up the good work. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much, man. That is much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, you're not going to find 10 better fighters better than him. And I can name multiple fighters on that list that are not better than Gervonta Davis in a pound-for-pound sense. I don't think Alexander Usyk is better than him on a pound-for-pound list, in a pound-for-pound sense. Alexander Usyk isn't. Juan Carlos Estrada isn't. Monster Inoue isn't. That Ioka guy nowhere near him. I mean, it's not even tough with Gervonta Davis. It's completely obviously apparent, man, that dude is. If you actually understand a little bit of what you're looking at in boxing and being honest about it. There's no way in my mind can I see, and I've watched Monster Inoue fight. There's nothing Monster Inoue does that Gervonta Davis does not do better. Nothing. Literally nothing. Monster Inoue does that Gervonta Davis doesn't do better. Nothing. He's not better. He's better defensively. He's a bigger puncher than Monster Inoue. He has better defense than Monster Inoue. He proves that he can fight in multiple ways. He can fight on the back foot. He can walk you down. His defense to offense is better. He's better in every single solitary way. Every way than Monster Inoue is. And I don't even think that it is close. He's much better fighter than Monster Inoue is. And if you ask these guys, if you actually did a comparison with the guys, you would see that. And by the way, he and Monster Inoue are about the same size. Just so you know. Monster Inoue is about a 122 pounder, and I'm positive if Gervonta Davis wanted to shrink down, he could find a way to emaciate himself down to 126 pounds. There's just they're not even that. There's not even a big size difference between the two of them. Only thing is Tank Davis is a little more stocky than Monster Inoue is. But man, please, you can't put Monster Inoue on that list and be honestly tell me you think he's a better fighter than Gervonta Davis is. No way. Gervonta Davis is a top level fighter. 4 or 5 guys in the sport are better than him, and that's it. Maybe. But they got Lomachenko on there. Dude, Lomachenko's got 2 losses. All right? He's already proven there's 2 guys that are better that beat him in the ring. And their ideas with him is it only adds to his legacy. He lost to Teofimo Lopez, who turned around and lost to George Kambosos, and Lomachenko never even left a list. Never lost. You know why? Because Bob Arum is selling him. The same way he got his fight, he got that Fighter of the Year stuff over Terrence Crawford when Terrence Crawford went undisputed. Undisputed was not important enough for them I'm telling you, it's only important with certain fighters. Only important with certain fighters. It's not historic anymore, right? With Jermell, it's not historic. I heard him talk about it being historic, but Jermell, it's not historic. It's not historic. Sorry, because they're not going to keep track of your history. Thank you. It's not part of his story. So it's not, it is part of your story. Your stork. That's what it is. It's your stork. Skyler Ortiz, the boxer, say, you don't believe Salido is better than Loma. I know he beat him. I know they got in the ring and Orlando Salido won. That's what I know. I know they fought, and I know Lomachenko lost. What do you want me to do? You want me to tell you that he didn't lose? He did lose. He fought, he lost. What is this? Lomachenko doesn't have to deal with the ramifications of losing. Everybody else does. What's so special about Lomachenko that he gets to lose and it doesn't count? Is there something I should know? Is there something I should know about Lomachenko that makes him different than everybody else? He fought him, he lost. What do you want me to tell you? He did. It's what it is. All right? Same thing with Teofimo Lopez. Lomachenko fought him and he lost. What do you want me to do? Tell you he didn't lose, or should it just be credited to his resume? Oh, I'm sorry, man. It's Canelo. Canelo gets whitewashed by Mayweather, but it's not a loss. It's really a win. That's what I'm saying. That's part of his story. Right? It's not part of your story. It's part of his story. It's part of their story. That's their story. And they're going to stick to it. Nah, Lomachenko's not whack. Lomachenko's a very good fighter, man, but he's not better than Gervonta Davis. He's not. He's not. I mean, there's nothing that I can see that would tell me that he's better than Gervonta Davis. Why? You want to get to resume, and then when you run into the resume conversation, and the losses on his resume, you want to gloss over the losses. And guess what? Lomachenko didn't even beat anybody. Lomachenko beat Gary Russell Jr. That's it. Other than that, and that's at 126. 2 weight classes below where he was going to fight at lightweight. That's it. That's who he beat. That's it. I'm not giving him any credit for beating. I'm not giving him any credit for beating Rigondeaux, who's a 118 pounder at 130. Sorry. But that's it. He beat two guys the two guys he beat of name were significantly smaller than him. It is what it is. He's a very, very good fighter. Don't get me wrong. He's a very, very good fighter. It's his only good win. It's his only major win. Gary Russell Jr. is his only major win. That's it. That's it. And like I said, that's at 126. This guy's a 135 pounder. Easy. He's huge for 126. That's why he beat Gary Russell Jr. because he was bigger. He didn't outclass Gary Russell Jr. That fight he fought pretty much on even terms. He won the fight, don't get me wrong. But that was not any type of big blowout. It wasn't some big blowout for Vasily Lomachenko. He's just a good fighter. You know? Hey, Remy Ogon says, salute Fanon. Some awesome action this past weekend. Hey, yeah, it was great fights, man. Absolutely great fights, man. Absolutely fantastic fights. I was amped. I was really, really amped that day. But I didn't watch the Golden Boy card. I'm sorry, I don't do Golden Boy. It's very, very tough, bro. Hey, let me see something, man. Scholar the Boxer, I'm about to mute you. I'm probably about to mute you, homie. No, I'm not going to mute you. You're not a fake one. No, he's significantly smaller, man. He's about 3 inches shorter. He's got a 3 or 4 inch reach disadvantage. He's significantly smaller than Lomachenko, man. And if you don't see that, if you're not seeing that, then you're not worth talking to. Lomachenko was half a head taller than Gary Russell Jr. is, man. Sorry. Darren Davis says, "Salute, King. Don't forget my wrench fam." Okay, no worries, man. I'll remember you. Much love in that super chat, bro. Salute for 9. Bud won't sign the contract. Hey, man, I got something coming up about that, man. I got something coming up about it. Man. We'll see. Johnny Blaze said, "Can you give us your pound for pound list?" No, not up to. I don't have them in any order, man. I don't really have them in an order. Honestly, it's very fluid and it's an obnoxious conversation. But I will tell you them generally, the guys that I think are the 10 best fighters, roughly speaking. I'm going to tell you ahead of time, I do not put heavyweights on pound for pound lists. It's disrespectful to Alexander Usyk. I'm not going to sit up here and say I'm not going to disrespect Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury by putting them on some imaginary list that there is nothing other than for marketing purposes of little guys. Okay? That's the purpose of it, is to market little guys. The guys that are not heavyweights. So here are my top 10 best fighters in boxing. Aside from steroid users and heavyweights. So you can take off Canelo off that. You can take off Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk because they're in the heavyweights. Those guys are fighting for who's the best fighter in boxing. The best fighter in boxing, the number one guy in boxing, is the heavyweight champion. And we won't know who that is until Tyson Fury fights Alexander Usyk or the winner of Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk. Until then, we do not know. So put them aside. Put Canelo Alvarez aside for testing positive for performance-enhancing drugs. I will say I'll go through the weight classes and tell you who I think they are. Beterbiev, Benavidez, Charlo at 160, Charlo at 154, Errol and Terrence at 147, Josh Taylor at 140, Gervonta Davis at 135, Shakur Stevenson at 130, Steve Fulton, 126, Gary Russell Jr. because he got robbed in that fight, but I'm still saying Gary Russell Jr. because he got robbed. And then after that, 122, Steve Fulton Jr., 118, Monster Inoue, 115, Juan Carlos Estrada at 115, 112, I could care less, but 112, Julio Cesar Martinez at 112. I think Julio Cesar Martinez or maybe Sonny Edwards, one of the two of those. Yeah. Taylor, Cool Boy Seth, I got him. Those are the best guys in the weight classes for what it matters, because those are the guys that's the list that matters right there. Okay. Now, if you want to do some type, no, I mean, he's a man, that dude can fight, man. Josh Taylor, Josh Taylor can fight, man. He ain't no joke, man. That's a rough dude too. Very, very rough dude, man. Very, very rough too. Very, very rough dude. But that's the list that actually matters. Who are the best guys in their division? Nah, Devin Haney for me is behind Lomachenko and Gervonta Davis at lightweight. I think that he is probably the third best lightweight. I think Devin Haney is about the third best lightweight. Much love in that super chat. Third best lightweight. But third best lightweight. I think that's about fair. Because he's the third most accomplished lightweight. Well, he's really the fourth most accomplished lightweight, but he's the third most accomplished of the lightweights. Mr. Ferrari say Gary Russell robbed. Learn. Max Sio outclassed him. Dog, you're an idiot, dude. You're an idiot, Mr. Ferrari. you're an idiot. I'm not going to like I said, my daughter's over there doing work, so I'm not going to respond to your idiocy, but you're just an idiot. He outclassed him. That man lost that fight, easily lost that fight, and the man had one hand and was beating that dude up with one hand. Just please. Yeah, he's behind Lomachenko. Absolutely. Lomachenko's got better wins. He's got better wins. And I think that, and I'm telling you, man, I think Lomachenko will beat Devin Haney. Right now, I think he'll beat Devin Haney. Hopefully we'll get to see the fight when he beat, but I do think he's better than George Kambosos. But I don't know. I don't think he's better than Lomachenko. Not at this stage. I don't think he is. Q Lee said, happy Monday, bro. Thank you, brother. Your support and that super chat means a lot, brother. Looking forward to boxing talk this morning. Other than Benavidez, is there any other fighter you're interested in? Any other fight that you're interested in other than Benavidez? Interested in it? What, 168? Really? I mean, Canelo and Benavidez in 168, if that's what you mean. But there's a lot of other fights that I'm interested in. Yeah, if I could make the fights, dude, I would have Tyson Fury fight Alexander Usyk. I'd have Bradis. I don't know who. I think they already did that. I don't even really care about cruiserweight. Maybe Bradis. Yeah, I don't know. It's just whatever. I wish those guys would get rid of that weight class and just throw them into the heavyweights and fight Michael Hunter or somebody. Somebody basically the same size as you that is not fighting at that cruiserweight division. Because Michael Hunter, dude, if Michael Hunter could come in under cruiserweight, Michael Hunter would mop the floor. With Marius Bradis. But at 175, yeah, man, I would love to see Beterbiev Bivol, Beterbiev Ramirez, Bivol, right? Any one of those three guys between Gilberto Ramirez, Dimitri Bivol, and Sergey God dog, man. The big man in the division, man. Man, God dog. What's the beard's name? I just said his name, man. What is his name? You know who I'm talking about, man. Arthur Beterbiev. Yeah, and Beterbiev. That'd be a nasty. But the fight at 160 to make is Canelo versus Benavidez. The fight at 160 to make is Charlo versus Gennady Golovkin. If Andrade's going to go to 168. The fight at 154, there is no fight at 154. We just got that diz on. 147 is Errol and Terrence. 140 is Josh Taylor, and I think 140 is Josh Taylor and the rematch with Regis Prograis. At 135, it's Tank and Loma. For me, like I don't know what y'all think, but for me, it's Tank and Lomachenko. At 135, at 130, it's at 130. It is Shakur and whoever those other two dudes are. Shakur already settled that though. For me. Got that. 126. Gary need that rematch with Mac Magsayo. And then go beat up Josh Warrington. You know? That's what I think. Hey, man, much love in that super chat. Q Lee in the building, brother. Thank you for that support. It's your favorite black fighters list. Man, what is wrong with you, man? You okay? I literally named how many non-black people did I mention, you idiot? Dude, why do you infect people with your racism, man? You're not fooling anybody by hovering around black people and calling them racist. All you're trying to do is call me. Why don't you just call people niggers like you want to, man? Just be enough a man to just call somebody the N-word like you want to, man. Okay? Yeah, you joined today, King. You're back out here being too big of a coward. Being too big of a coward just to call somebody the N-word, man. You're not covering your racism up by projecting it onto other people. I know full well that I'm not racist, and so does everybody else in this chat other than you. And plus, how can I be? This is about boxing. I'm not doing housing zones, right? I'm not gerrymandering districts. You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about? I'm not on the police force. I'm not. We're talking boxing, man. Loma doesn't think he can beat Haney. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Absolutely, he does. Yeah, I know who he is, man. It's the same clown type of dude, man. The best fighters are black. Some of the best fighters are black. Some of the best fighters are not. It's just what it is. Some of the best fighters in the world are not black. Some of the best fighters in the world are British. Some of the best fighters in the world are Asian. The best fighters in the world. However, when you're talking about top 10, bro, you're not talking about, dude, the best 50 are the best fighters in the world. Most of these guys are some of the best fighters in the world. All these guys are some of the best fighters in the world. There aren't a whole lot of guys that are not on television or we don't know of that are better boxers than the guys we're talking about. But the fact of the matter is, you're not going to find 9 guys. You're not finding 10 guys in boxing better than Gervonta Davis. That's a lie. And you don't believe it. And I know you don't believe it. I know y'all don't believe it. You just don't like it. There are no better places for boxing than Detroit. There is no better place, or nobody's putting out better boxers than Ohio and Baltimore. You're not going to get, unless you get rid of those guys off the map, you're going to continually deal with fighters that are better than British fighters. As long as Detroit is putting out fighters, because they got a better system than the UK does for developing fighters. All they need is the talent. And guess what? They got talent galore in the United States. So as long as you're dealing with a talent deficiency and a skill and an instructional deficiency, you're going to have a lot of problems. You know what I mean? No, dude, let me tell you something. I said better. As good, yes. Like Texas is on a good streak, but they're not going to systematically put out better fighters than Ohio. I mean, they may put out some that are as good, but Ohio is a hotbed for boxing. It really is. Philadelphia is a hotbed because they have the training, they have the coaches, they have the guys that can actually take a kid and make a kid a great fighter. And you guys can say what you want. You don't have it like that in the UK. Yeah, the DMV's that way too. You know what I mean? Houston, Derek James' gym is like that. Dude, that's why I'm telling you about that Terrence Crawford fight, man. I'm telling you, man. Look, bro, you better hope. I know you Terrence Crawford fans out there like, man, them dudes ain't accidental. I'm telling you. Them dudes ain't accidental. They ain't accidentally thumping people up like that, man. And they are brutally breaking people down, man. They are breaking people down. I mean, when they broke, man, Jermell Charlo broke that dude down. Like, his body gave out. Like, he beat him until his body gave out. Like, that ain't, I mean, I'm telling you, man, that dude, hey, man, Brian Castano is never going to be the same fighter again. You remember I said this, Brian Castano is never going to be the same fighter again after that fight. He broke that dude all the way down. I mean, broke him down. That's why I'm saying, man, this Terrence Crawford, I can't wait till they announce this. But seriously, if I was Terrence Crawford, man, and I'm just being honest, man, this ain't nothing Terrence Crawford is saying. Yeah, we got that coming. yeah, you got it. Look, man, I'm telling you right now, telling you for real, right now. If I was Terrence Crawford, I would be like, look, man, you got to pay me. You got to pay me a lot of money for this fight. You know what I'm saying? You got to fight. You got to pay me. You got to pay me a lot of money for this fight because it's dangerous. That is some, I'm telling you, and Derek James that's an intense guy, man. He comes up with a game plan for Terrence Crawford, dude. Terrence Crawford's going to get, dog, that's the biggest problem that Terrence Crawford has is Derek James. I'm telling you. That is, if I was worried about anybody, I would be worried about Derek James. D-Well, I'm sorry, shit. Not doing that. Derek James says, shout out from Detroit. You see the Joe Lewis. Yes, sir. You know what it is. You know what it is. Absolutely, man. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you, D-Web, for that support, bro. And my man, Mr. Sands 1025 said, Team Crawford in the building. Somebody say Crawford. Yes, sir. I'm telling you right now, man, if I'm Terrence Crawford, man, the biggest worry that Terrence Crawford has is Derek James. I'm telling you, it is Derek James. Because he is very, I have not met too many people that I've been around that are more disciplined than him. And you can get it, you get a sense of it right away. That is the big problem for them, is him. Because he is going to break Terrence Crawford down. I promise you. He is going to break that dude down. I'm telling you, when you get like Ali's, you know who Ali's biggest problem was in the profession? You know who had Ali's number more so than anybody else? The biggest problem that Ali had was Eddie Futch. Eddie Futch knew how to beat Ali. Eddie Futch. And he tried to hire Eddie Futch. Like, hey, come work for me. I'll pay you a bunch of money to stop telling. And he wouldn't take the money. He didn't say he would take the money because that dude was specialized in beating Ali. Like, this is what you do with them. And I'm telling you, man, that it's a team. It's a team. A team. Monty Bean in the building. Brother said, just showing some love to my guy. I want to see Jermell Charlo get that big shot. Oh, I do too. Absolutely. Much love in that super chat, brother. Man, applause, applause, applause. Thank you to everybody that supports in the super chat. Thank you to everybody that supports in the Cash App. It's big. It's important. I appreciate you, bro. Oh, he said I meant Charlo. That's what's up. That's no biggie. We got you. We get you. I'm telling you, say last night Bernie said Bud wants Spence and both Charlo brothers. Yeah, I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does. He don't want Jermell though. Look, man, I'm gonna tell you right now that camp is not the same thing, bro. That camp does that. Errol's got the better camp. Errol's got the better camp. From what I can see, he's got the better camp. And it's so much more focused. It's very simple. He ain't got 15 guys in there, man, and they're not playing it by ear, man. I'm telling you, they're not playing it by. I do not believe Bomac is the trainer that Derek James is. And if trainers are important, you got to give me Derek James. Seriously, man. Better than Eddie Reynoso, too. No game plan when the athleticism doesn't work. I'm telling you, when Bomac sat up there and said that sometimes he watches Terrence Crawford, and Terrence Crawford's like he's learning from Terrence. Like, man, Terrence teaches me stuff. I don't know, man. I've never heard Derek James say that. Oh, Errol Spence Jr. I'm learning from him. Sometimes I learn. I put him in there to tell the fighters what to do because I'm not quite sure what to do. So I give it to Errol. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's not a sound. That didn't sound right to me. Debo in the building says, shout out to Derek James repping Oak Cliff, Texas. Yes, he does. Yes, he does, bro. Yes, he does. But yeah, see, and that's, hold on one second, man. Quincy Carter. Oh, I got to back up, man. No, he's no slouch. I know that. Joshua Knuckles said, Jermell must made them all fear African-American fighters more. They have to respect him, bro. I appreciate Jermell for that. I do. I appreciate Jermell for that. Because, man, I'm telling you, they are screwing over those fighters, man. He's fighting in front of a half-empty stadium, in large part because they're pawning off these guys that these second-tier fighters as top fighters and refusing to promote them. And that's all that is. The reason that they're not on that list is they're refusing to promote them. They know the promotional power of a pound-for-pound list and the cachet that will give you in the minds, in the boxing conversation that goes on a daily basis. They know that, and they're refusing to give them. And you can say what you want. Look at the people that they actually asked to vote on it. These are people that literally work for like corporations that are owned by the fighters, owned by the promoters for the fighters, or rely on connections to the promoter for them to get press passes. And I don't mean to insult her, if Michelle Joy Phelps can't get a press pass, how's she gonna make a living if she can't get a press pass? She won't. And guess who's gonna get the press pass? The one that votes for her guy, that votes for their guy. You're not going to get press passes to top rank events and matchroom events by voting on a pound for pound list for PBC fighters. Do you see her at PBC fights? I never see her at PBC fights. I see her at Golden Boy fights. I see her at DAZN fights or in matchroom fights. Those are the fights she gets press passes to. So why would she spread her votes around to people that, oh, yeah, I think Gervonta and Jermell, some of them you can't avoid. You can't avoid Errol. You know what I'm saying? You cannot avoid voting for Errol. You cannot avoid fighting for voting for Terrence Crawford. They've been on the list for so long. But when you have people like all of a sudden, you see all of a sudden miraculously Gervonta dropping off the list in exchange for Shakur, the same people took their vote from Gervonta and gave it to Shakur. Not complicated. We need Shakur on this list. He's our cash cow now. He's one of Teofimo Lopez went pop. So we got to get, how do we get him on this pound for pound list? And they lobby the voters. And the vote, okay, yeah, he's got my vote. Absolutely. Yeah, he's got my vote. Seeing the fight in Spain. See you on the plane to Spain type of move. You know what I mean? Quincy Carter in that super chat, brother, he said, Bud is no slouch either. Won't be in a walk in the park. No, he's not going to be no, he's not. But I'm telling you, man, it's the beatdown for me, man. It's that beatdown. It's the style of the fight, the brutality of the fight. Man, that guy broke, man, Quincy, dude, that's the second fighter out of that gym in a row that literally broke a man. Literally broke a man with those body shots. It did it in a different way too. Catching him with big counter shots off those ropes. Big counter shots off those ropes. But broke that man down, man. Broke that man down. Skylar the Boxer says, Spence won't break Bud down, but Spence will be more busy and beat Crawford on points. Let me tell you something, man. Do not be surprised. I'm telling you, do not be surprised, man. Those guys that's some brutality, man. Now, Josh Taylor doesn't fight anything like Fury. Josh Taylor is not anything like Tyson Fury. Nothing like Tyson Fury. There's very little similar at all, CMT, to him. My man, Shop Talk Convo, Rick the Ruler, said Reynoso is garbage, not deserving of Coach of the Year. Oh, and they make pound for pound a joke for real. Charlo not being there is a joke. Man, Charlo should have been there years ago. Jermell should have been there years ago. He should have been there when he got 3 belts off Rosario, knocking Rosario out with a jab to the body. You know what I'm saying? Knocking him out with a jab, shivering him with a jab to the body. Easily. Derek James style, my man Fahim Satori said, Derek James style specializes in punch placement. Man, however you phrase that, because I will lean unto your understanding. I'm saying, you know what I mean? However you want to deal with it, I'm telling you right now, brother, that guy right there will get a fighter hurt. And he'll get you hurt even in victory. He'll get you hurt. He'll get you hurt, man. He'll get you hurt. I don't like that. I'm telling you, man. Bud, if I'm Bud, pay me top dollar. No joke. You got to pay me top dollar, man. I'm sorry, man. I understand how the numbers work and all that, but you got to pay me top dollar for this. No joke. You got to pay me top dollar for this. Because if Errol fights Terrence, dude, the worst that's going to happen to Errol is he's going to get a flash knockout. He'll get knocked out. He'll get knocked out on a flash. That's the worst thing that's going to happen to Errol. Like, I'll get in there for that. You know what I mean? One click shot, bop, you're gone. But, dude, if you have a guy that is beating on your body and just beating on your liver, beating on your kidneys, beating on your arms, beating on your neck, you know what I'm saying? Hitting you all in the neck. Dog, you have to pay me top dollar, dog. No joke. Frank Martin should be considered top man. Scholar the Boxer, are you serious? Hold on, man. I got to check to see if you're a serious individual. Because right now, I think you're tripping. Hey, man, how am I missing super chats, bro? I see. Did I miss these? Hold on one second, man. How? Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. Man, I don't even see these. Wow. I can't keep doing that. I got to go all the way down. All right, man. My bad. If I missed your super chats, I don't think I did. But Q Lee said, happy Monday. Looking forward to this box. Oh, okay. I did get that. I got that. I did get that. All right. Yeah, those are older super chats. Hey, and again, thank you guys so much for supporting in the super chat and the Cash App. Thank you, man. Really, really does mean a lot. Thank you to everybody that supports the channel. Thank you, man. It means a lot, bro. YouTube has been tripping on several platforms for Terry Schmoot. What do you mean, man? Tripping on flat platforms, like not letting paper, not letting cash, not letting super chats come through. Yeah, I absolutely noticed that, man. What's going on, TD Harden? E Moneybag said Boots becoming Spence IBF mandatory hurts Spence position in the Bud negotiations because Bud team knows Boots is high risk and a low reward financially. That doesn't hurt him at all, man. I don't think so, E Moneybags. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you for the support. Thank you for holding that chat. Thank you for holding the chat down, brother. I don't think it hurts him at all, man. I don't think it hurts him at all. I think it's one that's because they're not going to make that fight next anyway. They're not going to do it. Showtime's not going to want. The networks aren't going to want that fight next. Boots is a special fighter, man. They don't even need to do that with Boots. I'm telling you, that is too like if I was what's my man's name, Cameron Duncan. Nah, man, you need to be on a couple undercards, man, because that fight again that is a huge fight, man. Jerron Ennis. Dude, Jerron Ennis is another level fighter, man. And that talent, you do not need to throw that guy in there with him that quick. Really. Because like I said, dude, he can fuck around and get ruined. Even if he wins, he can screw around and get ruined. I would say Keith Thurman first. Because Keith Thurman is the fight. Jerron Ennis, Keith Thurman pay-per-view. Make it hot. That's right there, bro. That's right there, bro. Thank you again, man, because they've been screwing me over on the super chats, man, over the last couple of days. Thank you so much for y'all to do support. It matters, man. Let me ride down to this next one. Y'all call it, hold on one second. I can't fly. Alden, my man, Alden Johnson in the building. He said, good morning, Fanon. I can't believe Tank is off the list. I think he's going to make Tank KO Rolly more. And I respect your show. Your opinion truly does matter in boxing. Thank you, Alden Johnson. I appreciate that, man. It means a lot that my opinion matters to you. Appreciate it. I don't know how much it matters to other people, but I'm going to give my opinion the best I can. You know, and have it be as good as it can be. However, Tank and Rolly, I mean, dog, honestly, man, I think Tank's just going to outbox Rolly, and then Rolly's going to wind up walking into something. You know, Tank, he just needs to take him into the deep water. Or you know what he needs to do? He needs to get in on his chest and walk him down early. And seriously, beat him up from the inside. And just beat him up. Like, go to him, beat him up. Again, it's because them wide looping shots, he's not going to be able to land any big shots up close if he smothers them. If Tank smothers him, Tank can absolutely break that down and absolutely break him down and get him out of there. The only risk that Tank has is if Tank is staying out there and letting Rolly try to catch him at the end of his punches. You know what I mean? I think that's it. I think that's the only real thing, bro. True Tinker side, why are you always angry? I'm almost never angry. Thank you very much. Have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, Chillville, much love, brother. Thank you, man. Hold on one second, man. I'm not angry at all. I'm having actually a wonderful time, man. I got to see my dude. Do his thing, brother. My man. Oh, I got you last time. Chillville in that Cash App, brother. I did get it. He said, keep up the good work, bro. And also, my man, Mr. Jarwalk 2 in the building. Mr. Walker said, caught up on the videos last week. Good work. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate when y'all watching videos. That's important. Thank you so much, man. What's this? Oh, hold on one second. I got to do one thing. Oh, I know what you need to do. I don't get that. Oh, he already liked it. All right. Chillville said, I just was giving a reminder to use your Cash App if Super Chat. If Super Chat's tripping. Thank you, brother. Hey, yeah, if the Super Chat's tripping, do that and use that INT. Thank you, brother. I appreciate y'all so much, man. It is. Jeff Campbell, Cash App is right here. Jeff Campbell. Cash App it literally says it right here. Cash App, $Fanon INT. It's literally right here. I don't know what else I can do to it. Maybe I'll make a bigger one, but yeah, it's literally right there. Thurman can box now. Don't sleep on. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's the fight. But yeah, he can box. Absolutely. That's why I say do Thurman first. That's a big fight. That's not an easy fight for Jerron, man. It's not. I think Jerron Ennis wins it, but it's a perfect fight for him, man. It's a perfect fight, man. That's a dude with a big name. I mean, the other options are, maybe Adrian Bronner. Think Adrian Bronner will fight him? Adrian, you think Adrian Bronner will fight him? Stacey Rubin said, would you agree Derrick James is similar to the late, great Emmanuel Stewart? Educated jabs, sit down on punches, and in-fight knowledge? Yeah, I mean, in his level of success he is. I couldn't speak on it as in I couldn't really speak on it as in their style, really, because I don't know their styles that well enough. But in their in their success, absolutely. And in a guy that is just dedicated to the dudes that are really, really dedicated to it, yeah, absolutely, bro. Terrific, man. Derrick James is a terrific chain, man. Fanai, maybe you should make the cap have color. Oh, for sure. Okay, I'll try to do that, brother. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. Thanks, man. Yeah, I ain't the best at designing things. So yeah, I'll do that for sure. Hold on, man. Where'd I go? Where'd my thing go? Oh, okay. I'm tripping. All right, cool. I was like, what happened? Yeah, I'll fix it. I'll get it right, man. Pound for pound boxing said he fighting Errol soon. Hopefully, number one contender. Yeah, I wouldn't wait around on that fight happening soon though. Really, they're gonna probably develop him, man. Like honestly, man, he's somebody that you should get one or two more fights so that when he fights, or gets a belt, like honestly, like Stanionis. Stanionis is really like Stanionis is probably the fight for him because he gets the WBA regular belt. He can make that fight next. I'm telling you, man, Errol Spence Jr. is not going to fight him next. He probably will not do it because that's what Errol's saying. It's like, look, man, he's right where I am. He need to keep doing what he's calling people out, but they're not seriously considering giving him to Errol Spence Jr. right now because Errol's telling the truth. He's like, look, man, be careful what you bite off, man. You know what I'm saying? Be careful because it ain't easy over here, man. You know what I mean? Love Seat Shotty said Bronner should have been a good fight. Oh, Bronner would have been a good fight before he lost his swag. His swag is in full effect, man. That man fully swagged out. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much for that, brother. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Ron Miller said Jerron Ennis and Jared Anderson shouldn't be thrown to the wolves yet. Nah, let them go a little bit slower, man. Honestly, and it's not even really that slow, bro. Really. I mean, he's right there, man. He's a young dude. He's right there. Looks like he's gonna get that shot, man. Errol will be moving up before Ennis is truly ready. Yeah, I mean, look, man, I think that he may be ready, but I say better safe than sorry. You know, I say better safe than sorry. At 147 pounds, dude, he can take over that whole division and walk and mop all those dudes up for big paydays. Big payday. He want payday. So if you want big payday, do it over there and get them big paydays. But Jerron is the truth. And let Jerron get Virgil Ortiz. That's the fight down there to be made is him and Virgil Ortiz. But you know, Oscar De La Hoya ain't gonna allow that to happen, man. Oscar De La Hoya got all them dudes over there in Golden Boy under protective custody for sure. None of those guys gonna be on pound for pound list. I swear, if they put any of those guys on a pound for pound list, I'm gonna be like, you better stop. Because you know dang well they ain't fighting nobody. Those guys fight nobody. They are 100% in-house fights, man. Consistently in-house fighting. Derek Murphy said, I like Spence and Crawford. I'm stepping to the side on that fight and just watch. I can't even choose sides. Hey, that's what's up, man. Hey, that ain't nothing bad about that. It's not the easiest fight to call because there's plenty of reasons. There's plenty of reasons to think Terrence Crawford can win the fight. They're just all intangibles. That's why I don't do it. Like, I understand why people are saying that. But everything about Bud that says he can beat Errol is all included in the word intangible. Like, he's going to figure it out. He's got better instincts. All of that stuff. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, look, dude, I can't bet on intangibles. I'm looking at tangibles because 99 times out of 100, the tangibles win over intangibles because you got to have all of your tangibles, then some intangibles. But if the other guy has all the tangibles and it's not like everybody, like you've got all the tangibles, you've got tangibles, the tangibles are equal, that's when the intangibles come into play. But if you got serious advantages in the tangibles, dog, then intangible, you got to have a hellified intangible. You got to have a hellified intangibles. Pure Discipline 1 said, Boot knocks out Ortiz. Easy, in my opinion. Not easy, but a really good fight. Not easy. Definitely not easy. Not easy. He's not going to knock him out easy. However, it would be a really good, because right now, Boots is just beating people up. Boots just went in there and beat that dude up, man. That's just so one-sided that I don't want to put him in there off of something that one-sided. You know what I mean? I want something where it's like he got to work a little bit. Because, I mean, he is as great a fighter as Boots looks to be. None of these guys are going to get out of here without having to work. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I'm with Bud. Like, dude, you're going to run into having to work at 147 sooner or later. He has not had to work for a paycheck in a lot of years, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's been easy fight after, regardless of whether or not you think that, you know, these guys were good fighters or what they did at the time. But Bud has had easy fight after easy fight after easy fight after easy fight. That's a lot of easy fights. And then when it comes down to you having to work for it, like Canelo, he had easy fight after easy fight, regardless of whether you thought that they were good or not. He had easy fight after easy fight after easy fight. And $7, don't get me wrong, I don't mean that they're easy fighters. I'm saying he beat the guy easily. He beat guys easily. Fight after fight after fight of beating guys easily. He worked against Porter. Not a lot. The work ended when he threw the towel in. Quincy Carter said, I think Boots ready now. Doesn't mean he'll win. Yeah, that's fair. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much, man. He said, what, you feel like that? I feel like Bud is beating everybody pretty easily. Hasn't he? Am I missing something? Who hasn't he? I mean, he's had like moments of difficulty. Like he had a moment of difficulty with Egas Calvinakis, but he picked up the pace and got rid of him. He had moments of difficulty against Sean Porter, but then he stepped back and let Sean Porter walk into uppercuts. He had a moment of difficulty, I guess, against he had moments of difficulty, but by and large, he hasn't, let me put it this way. He has not been in a fight like Errol Spence has been with Sean Porter. I mean, he's not been in a fight against like a pressured fight like Errol's had against Kell Brook. You know, where the fight was, you know, some real good in exchange, you know, even for a little bit of time. But look, that is going to take place, man. When you go 12 rounds of a very hard fight, it's going to happen. And I'm telling you right now, if put Errol to the side and talk about Jermell and Terrence Crawford. If you guys tell me seriously you think Terrence Crawford is going to run in there and hit him with one punch and knock that guy out, man, are you serious? Like, dude, really? Him? That? And no. You know what I'm saying? No, man. No. There are certain guys, man, that if you don't like, no. He's going to have, I mean, dude, is he Deontay Wilder or something? Like, for real? Is he Deontay Wilder? Hitting you with something where your whole body's shivering up and you out? No. He who agrees with fire said in 10 fights, Charlo has 7 victories of TKO KO. He has a unique distinction of winning all 4 of his 154 titles by stoppage, a true top 5. I mean, the dude, in my opinion, is, yeah, see, that's what Bernie thinks. That's what Bernie's in his camp. I'm not in the business of listening to their camps. Cheerlead. Bernie the Boxer, as much as I like Bernie, man, I like Bernie the Boxer, I do. But he's a cheerleader. And he's a knowledgeable guy about boxing, but he's Bud's cheerleader. I mean, and that's for real. He's this cheerleader. They can talk about Jermell being Errol's cheerleader, but dude, that's legitimately a cheerleader. He sits literally right behind Bud when he's punching the bag in cheerleads. Ain't that what he doing? Rah, rah, sis kumbah, hit the bag harder. You know, it's the man's jaw. All of that, man. You know what I'm saying? Rah, rah, sis kumbah, smack that man on his jaw. I mean, that's what he's doing. That's what he's going to say. I don't believe that. I mean, even if I picked, and much love in that super chat to he who greets with fire. Thank you, brother. Even if he was to win, even if I had him winning, I don't have him winning in such a fashion that he is going to just bowl over and destroy Errol. It's the overkill that makes me nervous for them. Like, dude, you ain't treating this guy like he's a serious, you're not even treating it like this dude is a serious competitor. You're like, oh, it's just going to be easy. Oh, man, we smashing him. This easy. Oh, man, him? Oh, that's easy. Really? That dude look easy? That guy looks easy? That don't look easy to me. Even if I say, because Errol's fine. Bud don't look easy. He does not look easy. Like, Errol ain't going to just run in there and hit him do him like Carlos Ocampo. You know what I'm saying? He ain't about to do Bud like Lamont Peterson. Not going to do it. That dude's not going to be easy. But Buzz Camp talks about Errol as if it is a walk in the park. Like, I'm going to smash this dude. This is easy money. Man, this dude is, like they're trash. Dog, man, I don't see Errol being the type of guy you're just going to run through. He's so fundamentally sound. The gaps that you're looking for are so small. And they're small while he's going at you. It's not easy. I mean, it's like Pernell Whitaker saying, and I mean this, like Pernell Whitaker saying, oh yeah, Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. Oh, that's easy. That was not an easy fight for him. He got robbed in the draw, but dude, it is not even, I'm telling you, man, it's not even, there's not as much space. There's nowhere near as much space in between those two fighters as there is with Pernell Whitaker and Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. You know, it's an easy fight. I don't trust the evaluation of the fight out of their mouths. Like with Derek James I've listened to Derek James enough to know generally what he thinks. He thinks that Terrence Crawford is slowed down. And he thinks that, yeah, this dude is a great athlete. That's what he's relying on. His athleticism. What everybody's calling instincts and all of that is athleticism. And what he's saying is, look, man, Allen Iverson was a monster until he had a couple ankle injuries. Wear and tear on that body. All of a sudden, you're not flying by these guys no more. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, you're not flying by guys no more. You need to be able to hit a jump shot. You need to be able to hit an open jump shot. And that's what's going to keep you in the league. But he went downhill fast because it was not all, but it was the majority of him was athleticism. And I'm telling you, that's what Derek James sees. He's going to fight in a way that is going to limit that man's athleticism. He's not going to be you're looking for him jumping in. Like, you got to take that man's legs away from him. You're going to have to go at him, keep him, pressing him, whatever he concocts, because I can't tell you what he's going to concoct. I'm telling you, it's going to have to do with the fact that man relies so much on his athleticism. And you can say what you want, he does. Terrence Crawford relies very heavily on his athleticism. And if it's not there, and by the way, if Errol winds up being as athletic, because he's very, very athletic, it's going to be tough, man. I think it's going to be a real hard fight, man. That's a hard fight, man. And Bud needs, and in Bud's defense, Bud deserves a lot of money for that fight, man. Quincy Carter said, Bud hits too hard for Errol to just walk him down and come to the front door with reckless abandon. That ain't Ugas going to have to outbox and think. Let me tell you something, man. Look, man. Now, AI wasn't blackballed. AI wasn't blackballed. Quincy Carter. He doesn't come in with reckless abandon. Errol Spence does not come with reckless abandon. He's not reckless at all. This is not Ruslan Provodnikov, dude. He does not fight like Sean Porter. He's not running in there chin first, man. That man comes behind a jab. He comes behind a jab to the up top, jab to the body. He works his way in with the jab and cutting off the ring. You've never seen Errol Spence Jr. run in there recklessly. There's nothing reckless about the man. Only time I've seen him look like he overshot against Yordenis Ugas. But he didn't come in there recklessly against Yordenis Ugas. Man, he came in there behind a jab. He didn't come in there recklessly with Danny Garcia. He didn't go in there recklessly with Mikey Garcia. He didn't go in there recklessly with Kell Brook. He's not reckless at all. He's not. I mean, where do you see the recklessness in him? Show me the reckless highlights. Is what I'd love to see. He was rushing a little bit, but he wasn't reckless. I mean, I didn't see him being reckless. He was over busy. If that's what you think, he was over busy. I'm just telling you, he was not reckless. He didn't. To me, I didn't see him reckless. And Quincy Carter said he was sloppy last fight. Okay, sloppy all the way to what round was it? He was sloppy. What round was he sloppy in? Which round did he lose? He was sloppy in the 6th. No joke. He was sloppy in the 6th. But hey, man, 2-year layoff. 2-year layoff. And I'm telling you, he's not reckless. I don't see that. He doesn't come. I mean, he was reckless in the 6th. That's for sure. Looking down and got sucker punched. An illegal sucker punch. Let me tell you, it was legal, not an illegal. It was a legal sucker punch, but he got him anyway. Hey, man, much love to everybody that supports in that chat and that super chat, the Cash App and the super chat. Thank y'all so much for your support. It is absolutely essential to the channel. Thank y'all so much. Check y'all. Thank you. He said over busy. What? That's what you guys go with. Yeah, it's just, look, man, when I hear these guys talking about that, when I hear these guys talk about that fight, it makes me nervous for Bud that they think that they talk like it's so easy. Really. It just sounds like to me, you guys think that it's an easy fight. Dog, that ain't no easy fight, man. You know what I mean? It ain't no easy fight. And that's all I'm saying. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. My man, Brooke Howard says selling wolf tickets. Yeah, it sounds like they selling wolf tickets to me. Like, hey, Quincy Carter said, own trainer said he can't make them mistakes versus Bud. Yeah, he can't make them mistakes versus Bud. I got you. So he say, yeah, you can't make mistakes against Bud. Yeah. No, did he say that exactly? You can't know. You can't. Yeah, he said, yeah, you got to tighten up, go back to the lab. You can't make mistakes. Yeah. He been out the ring for 2 years. He made some mistakes. He's going to make some mistakes, bro. Big C said, Fanon is trash talk. Everyone does it. No. Not everybody does that. No, they don't. It's going to be a good fight, man. Usyk don't talk smack like, don't trash talk like that. Deontay Wilder doesn't trash talk like that. No joke. Deontay Wilder doesn't trash talk like that. Does he? Errol said he's going to beat him, dog. He don't call people trash, man. These dudes, he said he's going to, man, dog, they talk about that dude like he trash, man. But it is trash talk, I understand. But, dog, seriously, it just, you know, there's an air of confidence there that he needs for sure. But, man, I'm just saying, man, Mr. Big C. Mr. C Big. Oh, sorry. Big C Senior. I misread your name all kind of different ways, man. My bad. Sid Smith in the building. What's going on? Only Rolly. Oh, Rolly ain't being serious, though. Rolly's not being serious, man. Oh, no, he doesn't talk. Man, hold on, man. Deontay Wilder trash talks a lot. It's one of the things I like about it. Does he? No, he doesn't. He talks about Bomb Squad. He talks about himself. I've never really heard him talk down. I've never really heard him talk down about other fighters. I've never heard him call. Dude, let me tell you something, man. I ain't never heard anybody out of this camp say a drunk ain't shit. Ever. I ain't never heard him say something, talk about cats the way Bomac talks about people, man. Bomac is out there with it, dog. But maybe I'm wrong. You let me know. Maybe I could be wrong. I'll go back and look again. Hey, again, man, much love to everybody in the super chat and in the Cash App, and thank you to everybody that hits the like button. Y'all don't freeload, bro. We got 800 people in the building. We only got 481 likes, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. He said, yup, never. He said, Wilder, that's true for now. Wilder talks about himself, not other fighters' skills. Yeah. He said, Bomac talked like he wasn't a bum. Yeah, Bomac talks about cats like, he talks about Errol like Errol's a bum, man. Dude, so does Burner the Boxer. They talk about him like, dog, I don't believe him, man. I don't believe you. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe you. I don't believe that. Fanon, they forgetting that Bud gets hit more than EJ does. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much to my man Darren Davis holding the chat down today, brother. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. They talk about him like, yeah, look, man, Bud's a very good fighter, man. He's a very, very good fighter, man. All I'm saying is, man, if I'm him, I'm not taking that fight if it's not for full money. I would not, and no joke, if that ain't for full cash, like full cash, dog, don't take that. I'm telling you, man, don't take that fight if it ain't for full money. If y'all ever thought I was anti-Bud, dog, I ain't anti-Bud, dog. I don't believe he should take, man, dog, fight Stan Ansas. You know what I'm saying? Like, fight, if it's for low money, dog, give me the same money to fight Keith Thurman. Something like that. So that you can win the fight and you can fight another day. Because you can beat Errol and you'll never be the same fighter again. Because Errol's going to beat up on him worse than Terrence is going to beat up on him. And that's a fact. I mean that. Yeah, I do. Dog, let me tell you, man. Dog, let me be very, very clear with this. Brian Castano's career, it's a wrap on him, man. When your body does that, why? It's going to be for low money. Dog, trust me. It's going to be for low money. It's going to be for low money. Because Bud don't sell tickets, man. That's why. Because Bud, it's an opinion. It's definitely my opinion, but no, it's going to happen. It's going to be low money. Trust, man, it's going to be low money. That's all. I can see it in their eyes. It's going to be low money. I can see it in their eyes. Man, I've been doing deals for a very, very long time, man. I have been in negotiations a zillion times. I'm telling you, I can tell when people are not about to pay a lot of money. And Showtime is not coming off a lot of bread for that fight. The PBC is not coming off a lot of bread for that fight. They're not going to do it. None of the situation. That's not opinion. It's a fact, homie. I'm telling you, Quincy, it's a fact. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. They've already not said that they weren't. They already didn't say that they would. I'm telling you, man. All right. Don't be one of these dudes out here, man, talking about that. Oh, yeah. Hey, man, I just saw your girlfriend. I saw your girlfriend last night. She was at a restaurant with somebody. They were holding hands across some chocolate cake that they were sharing. And you'd be like, oh, that was my cousin. That was her cousin. Don't worry about it. It's her cousin's birthday. Nah, dog. What's low? Lot lower than $6 million, brother. Hey, Jerome Campbell said 50-50 winner takes 25, lure take. They're never going to do that. For what? That's imagination. Low is going to be significantly lower than $6 million that he got for Sean Porter. I don't know, man, what it's going to be. I couldn't tell you the dollar amount. I would suspect it's going to be somewhere around 2 million, 3 million, maybe 3 million, something like that. Not a lot more than that. I'm telling you, dude, they've already said it when it comes to other fights. They said it. I'm telling you, Leonard Ellerby said that when he was talking about Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney. It's the same situation, brother. It's the same situation. He said, look, man, we're not in the business of losing money. Some of these fights that you think are big fights are not big fights. He said, how much does Devin Haney make over there on the zone? How much money do you think he's going to make? He got a great deal. He said, look, he got a great deal over there on the zone, made a lot of money. How much money do you think he's going to want to fight Gervonta? Right? How much you think that's a big fight, isn't it? Wouldn't you think that's a big fight? Gervonta Davis, Devin Haney? Right? You think that's a big fight, wouldn't you? Everybody knows him. Everybody knows that's one of the best fighters. Hardcore boxing fans would love to fight. The fact of the matter is people don't buy Bud fights. And this is what it is. And you got his promoter saying, I've lost money on him. They're not going to do a one fight deal with Bud. I'm telling you, they're not going to do a one fight deal with Bud and lose money and lose belts. Okay? Because think, not only do you lose money, you lose all the belts. You lose all of the 147-pound division. All of the belts are on the line, and you're going to lose money for that fight. There ain't no way in the world they're going to do that. They're going to say, look, man, we've got to make our money. And that is not going to be $6 million because, dude, there's more than likely not that much in the fight for him. And that's just being real. I'm not making it up. I don't want it to be that way, but that's just what it is. You know what I mean? And look, there are fights that are really big that fighters don't take because they're like, look, man, no. Deontay Wilder told those dudes no to 14.5 flat fee. Like, AJ, yeah, we'll offer you 14.5 flat fee. And Deontay Wilder said to Anthony Joshua, no, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. The fight is worth way more money than that. But they wouldn't give him the money. Now, why? I think it's a different reason. But look, man, if you're Al, and I'm telling you, if you're Al Heyman, you're Showtime, and you literally have the biggest name in American boxing in Errol Spence Jr., the biggest cash cow, are you going to take a fight where you're losing money on a 50-50 fight, a 50-50 fight against a guy that won't sign with you? They would be dumb businessmen. Seriously. It's for real. It's like gambling your house on a softball game. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, I just want to see this. I just want to see it so bad. Dude, I'm telling you, man, they're not in it to see the fight. Just so you know. They're not in it to watch the fight. They're not in business. Bob Arum is not in business to watch fights that he wants to see. Bob Arum is in business to make money off the fights that you want to see. But if there's a fight that you want to see that he's going to lose money on, he's not going to make that fight. And that's why we don't get a lot of fights in boxing. That's just what it is. And I'm telling you, if I'm Terrence Crawford and Terrence says, and they come to me with a proposition like, here, man, we're going to pay you a little bit amount of money, way love, but if you win, you know you'll never be in this situation again, right? First of all, I don't know that to be true, that I won't be in this situation again, even if I do win. And number two, this guy's a killer. This guy's literally a killer. Literally. Like whatever you want to say, this dude is like somebody like a Ruslan Provodnikov that can fight. If you wind up if Ruslan Provodnikov, if you're in a fight with Ruslan Provodnikov and you're not significantly better than him, bro, you're going to get beat. You're going to get beat up. Even if you win the fight, bro, you're going to get Tim Bradley'd, right? Tim Bradley, man, lisping and sputtering for weeks. That's a lot of punishment to take, man. And Errol's going to punish that dude's body, man. I'm telling you. Ask Tim about that, out that. I'm telling you, man. I'm saying you got to pay me top dollar for that. Even if I beat him, you have got to pay me top dollar for that because the belts are the belts. Ask Tim out that could not hear. Yeah. What I would say, couldn't. Yeah, after the fight, couldn't hear. Dude, and Errol looked like super, man. I'm telling you, man. They beating cats down over there, man. And Bud's got the ability. Don't get me wrong, man. He's a great fighter, and that's definitely the fight everybody wants to see. I want to see the fight. Jermell Charlo said he got $10 million for Saturday. I mean, if he did, good for him. If he did, because you know who's paying that money? Do you know who paid the $10 million? You know who paid for that? Showtime. I don't know how they're doing it, but dude, let me tell you something. The PBC fighters get paid some way where they get more money outside of that. That don't mean if you're not a PBC fighter that the non-PBC fighter is going to get that. You know what I mean? Showtime came off that dough to make sure they didn't have to put that thing on pay-per-view. Myron Jackson said, I hope they make the fight because Bud Crawford TKO Spence will. Hey, man, I don't see that happen. Much love in that super chat, Myron. Thank you, brother, for that support, brother. That's huge and greatly appreciated, man. He said 10 KOs against who? Derek James also said that. Yeah, I know he said that, but he's not trash talking though. He's being for real. Hey, Miss, I see you digging it in today. I'm just telling you, dude, y'all, I mean, I ain't into the fantasy stuff, man. I'm not into the fantasy stuff, and I hear it in their mouths, man. Jamal Nizzi said, where else Errol can get a big payday other than Bud? Also, do you think Charlo fought Saturday night can really beat Bud? I'm a Bud fan. Where can Errol get a payday other than fighting Bud? Anybody. He can get a big payday against anybody because he just sold out. He just sold whatever it was, 300, 500, 250, whatever number you want, pay-per-views against Ugas. And he did a $5 million gate in Dallas against Ugas. Anybody. They can earn money off anybody. They can earn money off Staniansis. He can get a big payday off of Keith Thurman. He can get a big payday off Danny Garcia. He can move up to 154 and get a big payday off Virgil Ortiz. He can get a big payday on Josh Taylor moving up in weight. He can get a big payday off anybody because he sells tickets. $5 million gate. And he'll do over 300,000 pay-per-views. He fought Ugas, man, and had a big fight against Ugas. It's just big fish payday anywhere he wants, man. And also, do you think Charlo that fought Saturday can really beat Bud? I'm a Bud fan, yes. More importantly, he'll hurt Bud. More importantly, he can hurt Bud. More importantly, he can hurt Bud. That is a lot of dude there, man. I'm telling you, that's a lot of thump. Dude, that's a lot of thump. That's a lot of thump. A lot of thump. Now, I would tell, man, Terrence Crawford don't need to fight that guy, man. Like, for real. Like, I'm going to tell you who else don't need to fight him. Man, Sean Porter would have got carried. Let me tell you what would happen to Sean Porter. Sean Porter get carried out on a stretcher. That dude is a way bigger puncher than Bud. Legitimately one punch crack you down type dude. Stay away, bro. No. Unless you just, I don't know, man. It's going to be hard to convince. Hey, man, he got a lot of thump, man. He's got a lot of thump. Those beating, that's why I said if Bud said that's what he wants. Hey, man, applause, bro. But don't let people, hey, man, you got that money, man. Don't let people, hey, dog, don't. You already made it, man. You know what I'm saying? You already made it, brother. You already made it, Bud. You already made it. You've made your money. I'm sure you're caked up to the rest of your life, bro. He said, what are you talking about, Fanon? They already fought. You forgot who already fought. Sean Porter and Jermell Charlo already fought? No, they did not. Sean Porter did not fight Jermell Charlo. They did not fight. Let me see again. Did Jermell Charlo fight Sean Porter? No. No, he did not, brother. He did not fight. I did not forget that because they did not fight. Heck, no, bro. They need Bud to sell more. Yeah, we don't believe you. You need more people, man. That's what it is, man. Hey, a Texas fly guy say, you heard Derek James bite down and throw them up the middle. Nobody wants that action in the middle rounds. I'm just telling you, bro. Next EXP, what is delusional, man? I'm telling you flat out, dude. Them dudes are okay. Did you not see the knockout, dog? Just wondering. Did you not see that man literally crumple? Did you literally not see that man crumple? He made the man crumple. The man took a punch, stood there, and his body just went bloop, bloop, bloop. Bud fans are delusional. Oh yeah, man. God, thanks, man. I was like, man, I'm just telling you, man. I'm not saying Bud can't win the fight, though. Don't get me wrong. I'm not out there telling you that Bud can't win the fight. I'm just saying that's a heavy tax to pay. That's a heavy tax to pay. Those guys are going to make you pay that tax. They're going to make you pay that tax, man. Seriously. They're going to make you pay that tax. You're going to get beat up. Bud is not getting out of there without getting beat up. And if you now, please tell me you think that he's not going to get beat up. If he wins the fight, okay, he's going to get beat up. He's going to get beat up. You need top dollar for taking that type of punishment, is what I'm saying. It's like Arthur Beterbiev. Look, man, Arthur Beterbiev is going to hurt you, man. Like, I don't know if you guys seen Arthur Beterbiev. Yeah, Errol, but Errol's in for that fight. Errol's in for the war. Errol's in for the war. That's him. That's how he goes. That's him. He's in for the war. Clearly, he's in for the war. Clearly, he's in for the war. But Bud's not going to beat you up like that either. Bud don't beat people up like that. Bud will knock you out. Bud's not beating you up like that. Bud is getting you out of there. He's picking up the piece. He's picking and choosing his spots. And then he's going to find something. He'll capitalize on it. He'll get you out of there. He's not punishing you. You know what I mean? It's like Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder's just knocking you out. He's not going to punish you. You know what I'm saying? He's not doing Evander Holyfield to you. Evander Holyfield is going to beat you up. Evander Holyfield is going to hurt you. Not with one shot, but an accumulation. You take a lot of punishment against him. Why you think Riddick Bowe, who's never lost, who's lost one fight, is running around talking like Riddick Bowe's talking? Because Evander Holyfield. A whole lot of that lisp, whole lot of that lisp that Mike Tyson has is because of that Evander Holyfield fight. Evander Holyfield put a beating on Mike Tyson. He put a beating on Evander Holyfield. He put a beating on George Foreman. It's the beating. Fanon being slept ain't punishing you. Being slept ain't punishing. Yeah, it's punishing, but it's not the same thing. It's taking, yeah, you can take a big punch. That is punishment. But that's not the same. That's not what I'm talking about. You get hit in your head 90 times. Getting knocked out unconscious one time is not as damaging as getting beat up, getting punched in the head 90 times. And getting your head rattled around like a pinball machine for 2 hours. No, it's not. You can get clipped and wake up. You're like, what happened? That's one concussion. You lost consciousness. You get back up. And that's not me just saying that. That's other people saying. That's what that's what Bernard Hopkins said. Bernard Hopkins is like, look, man, can't believe y'all gassed over Errol beating Ugas. Man, stop it. Like, come on, man. You think, hey, Quincy, is that the first person he beat like that? Is that the first person he's beaten up like that? He had Mikey Garcia talking like this for like 2 months. Tongue spitting out. Much love in that super chat, bro. Danny Garcia ain't fought since. And Sean Porter took a beating. Sean Porter took a beating, brother. A beating. Even if he gave some stuff back. Yeah, he did. He boxed him and hit him how many times? He beat the tar at that dude. He gave him a beating. A 12-round beating. Man, you bugging. That man said, he boxed Mike. Yeah, he boxed Mikey, all right. He boxed him upside the head about 1,000 times. Stop, bro. Spence took a beating. Look, dude, I'm talking about you taking a beating. Have you seen Terrence Crawford take a beating? It's a lot of beating, brother. Well, anyway, it's okay. No worries. Dog. Jermell Charlo took a beating last night, too, on Saturday. You saw him after that fight? Dude couldn't even smile. That was a war that man was in. Brian Castano got broken down, but Jermell Charlo took something in exchange for it, too. Jermell Charlo got hit a lot. Jermell Charlo, even though I don't think that dude won many rounds, Jermell Charlo took a lot of punishment in that fight, too. It's just how much I'm talking about. How much power how much punishment are you going to have to take in order to beat the guy? And I just think you guys think Terrence Crawford's going to get through a fight with Errol Spence Jr. like that's just easy money. Dog, man, nah, man. Unless Errol gets old, I just don't see it, bro. Say, y'all, when was the last man down before Ugas? Ugas. You don't get to do that, brother. The last man down was Ugas. His last fight was man down. And it wasn't even man down, it was man broken. It was a man broken. The man didn't even go down. The man got broken standing up. Woo-wee. You can say what you want, dog. You can say what you want. That dude can't. You can say what you want. Whatever you want. You know what you saw with Ugas, and you did not think that was going to happen with Ugas. Carl didn't take too much punishment. His face was clean. Nah, dude, he got hit, man. That man was tired. He got hit. A lot of stuff didn't. You know what I mean? A lot of stuff didn't. 00 said, like you said about Crawford, Porter Crawford, I know what you're talking about, man. What did I say about it? You way back in the chat, brother. I mean, whatever I don't know what you're talking about when you say that. You got to help me, bro. Look, all I know is that Sean Porter was done. Sean Porter had 2 more fights and he was done after that. Danny Garcia ain't been back in the ring since. Lamont Peterson had 1 more fight. He was done after that. All right. Kell Brook, 2 more fights, done after that. Those guys took major beatings over there, bro. And you can say what you want. They taking major beatings. Terrence Crawford is not giving people major beatings. He's knocking them out. And there is a difference. And you get my point, bro. Philip Grunty said, your idea of broken and minds are different. I'm a man, so what? So my idea of broken is no mass. No, he broke him when your body can't respond, dude. If he literally broke his face. He broke him. He broke his bone in his face. That's broken. That is a factual statement, Philip Guthrie. It is a physical fact that the man's eye socket was broken. When I say he broke him, I mean he literally broke a bone. He broke him. He fractured his eye. He fractured his bones. That is that is being broken. When you break somebody's jaw, you broke that man. You broke his jaw. You break his eye socket. You broke his eye socket, which I have a suspicion is harder to do than breaking your jaw. But because your jaw is so much bigger and easier to hit, but it is what it is. You get my point. You get my perk. I don't know if his nose is broken. Beatings is not boxing for 9. You know that. What? What did you say? I'm speaking loudly again. Hold on, man. Hold on. Beatings is not boxing for 9. You know that. This isn't the UFC. Boxing is a science and more skill. Excuse me. Beatings are happening in boxing all the time. People get beat downs in boxing all the time. What do you mean? People don't take beatings in boxing? What do you call it when somebody is punching you 300 times? If that ain't getting beat up. And people get beatings in boxing. For sure they get beating. They're not going to get choked out. You know what I mean? You're not going to get choked out. But I'm just saying, man, he literally broke the dude. That's what I mean by it. And I think that's a fair representation of what took place too, man. I don't think I'm off on that at all, bro. Just to be quite fair to myself, you know? Hold on one second, man. Gotta do something. All right. But that's what I mean by, that's what I meant by when I said it. Oh, and he also beat him up too. That wasn't a close fight. Rolo said, y'all super impressed by Spence beating some tailor-made guys. They aren't, bud. How are they tailor-made when they had belts, man? In the same division that he's always been in. How come they're always tailor-made? Bud is beating tailor-made guys. Aren't they? Isn't everybody tailor-made for Bud? Rollo in the photo. Who did Terrence Crawford fight that wasn't tailor-made for him? Let me know. I'll wait. Who is this fighter that Bud fought that would not fall into the category of tailor-made for him? I don't get it. And they are all different styles. Kel, how many different guys are tailor-made for him? Bud is undisputed. Crawford's he ain't undisputed no more. He ain't undisputed no more. Roy said they were champs, true, but y'all don't sit and trade with Spence. Let me say something, man. They did not want to sit and trade with that man, okay? Ugas did not. First of all, Ugas will sit and trade with anybody. They didn't want to sit and trade with him. You thought they wanted to do it? I just don't know. I just don't think that they want to do that, bro. I don't think that they want to. I think that they're forced to, but I could be wrong. We'll see. My thing is not to tell you that Bud cannot win that fight, because I am not nearly so confident as to say that Bud cannot win that fight. I'm not out there like that. However, I will tell you this, dude, that is going to be a very tough fight, and he should not take. And man, that money, if that money is funny, that's going to be an ass whooping and a short paycheck. Like that's going to be a whooping and a short paycheck. Rolly for Canelo's 160-pound request. All these guys were champs with tailor-made. No, I think that's a different scenario because he moved up in weight when they were available. That's not his weight class. Errol Spence Jr. did not go from 160 to 150. He didn't leave 147, then go up and fight three guys back to back to back all in the same year because it was a perfect situation. That's what Canelo did. Canelo Alvarez moved up when David Benavidez got stripped. And then he fought a guy that just showed up and two guys that sucked. I mean, he wasn't even that weight class. He left a strong weight class and went into a weaker weight class when the best fighter lost their belt. Those facts do not surround Errol. Errol turned pro at 154 after like 2 or 3. Actually, he was always a welterweight. But, when you're in those low weight classes, it doesn't matter what weight you fight at. So all of his fights, legitimate fights, have been 147-pound fights. He's been in the division for like 5 years. And he beat guys that were champions in the division for those belts. He didn't fight a unified champion. Bud got half of his belts at 140 in one night against Julius Ndungo, who, by the way, got it off of two other trash fighters. You know what I'm saying? That's not the case with Sean Porter. And it's not the case with Yordenis. Well, maybe the case with Yordenis Ugas. I don't know who Yordenis Ugas beat for that super belt. I don't remember who he beat for that. But anyway, you get my point. If Boots is overrated, Bud would have tried to fight him already. Nah, Boots, he don't want no parts of Boots because they're too young. So they're not going to take that fight. They're going to be like, that's the next generation of guys. Now it's not, it's like Ali and Larry Holmes. Like, yeah, when there's enough money in it, yeah, $8 million. Okay, let's go do it. Since I can now get my big paid to fight this guy. But before that, no. You keep beating all those guys. I'll fight these guys because, I'm getting paychecks at this point in time in my career. Unless I'm fight Boots for what? Yeah. Boots can force that fight though. I just will tell you, man, like on the fight with Boots though, like he beat him so easy. He beat him so easily that as soon as the fight started, I was like, okay, this is just a mismatch. It's just a mismatch. That fight was a blatant mismatch. And I think Errol would have done the same thing to him. And Crawford would have done the same thing to him. Porter probably would not have. Danny Garcia, that probably would have won some rounds with Danny Garcia. But he didn't lay down. He got hit with a legitimate shot. Right on the back of the head, man. But it was a mismatch. A definite mismatch in that fight. So I don't know what I can say. Yeah, dude threw a punch. He just couldn't get anywhere near him. His arms. I told you when I saw them in the weigh-in, man. He's built like Montana Love. His arms are too short. He's not gonna reach him. He's just not gonna reach him. He's a welterweight, but he's a very muscular welterweight without a lot of punching power that fights from the outside. And he's gonna try to do that against a fighter that is much longer, a bigger puncher, has got faster hands. I mean, Jaron Ennis was just better than him. Jaron Ennis was dang near twice as good at him at what that guy was best at. You know what I'm saying? And what he was twice as good at what that guy was the best at, right? Just his absolutely, you could not have made a worse matchup for Cussio Clayton than him. You couldn't have thought of one. It was just terrible. Lynn Patrick, much love, brother. Thank you so much for supporting the chat in that Cash App, brother. He said, they thought Spence had killed Bundu. Oh, yeah, man. Leonard Bundu. Yeah, like, man, my God, he beat the tar out of Leonard Bundu, bro. No, he's not 154 coming down. He just fought Sergey Lipinets at 147. He literally just fought Sergey Lipinets. He fought Sergey Lipinets at 147. Maybe he fought at 154 before, but I mean, it'd be like Brian Castano. Man, Brian Castano is not going to beat Jaron Ennis. Just not going to do it, man. I don't care how much of a chin he got, man, but I will tell you that dude does not get tired, man. Brian Castano. Absolutely, positively does not get tired. Hey, y'all, hold on one second. I will be right back. And again, man, thank you to everybody that supports in the Super Chat, in the Cash App. You guys make the channel go. Thank you for sponsoring the video. Give me about 30 seconds. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. All right, I'm back. Blair Cobb. Oh, yeah, that's what we need to fight. Need to fight Blair Cobb. That'd be a good fight. You talking about Boots and Blair Cobb? Yeah, make that happen, brother. Make that happen, bro. Yeah, dog. That's why he was like, man, I need some testing. I need some testing on Castano. Yeah, Castano and Keith would be good. But I want to see Blair Cobb. I want to see the Blair Cobb fight. No joke, man. They need to bring Blair back. Bring Blair back. I'm going to start a movement called Bring Blair Back. I need Blair back, bro. Anthony Perez said 28 fights and no championship fights. They babying Boots. He ain't got a big enough pole for the truth. They're not babying him. The dude's 24 years old. He's young. He has 28 fights because he turned pro early. He's only like 24. Yeah, he's not like he's got 40. I don't think they're babying him. Who's going to get in there, man? That ain't easy for them to get. Ain't easy. Those guys don't want to fight that kid, man. Who wants to fight him? I mean, babying him. And also, he took a break, though, too, because he had promotional issues for a while. I'm really glad that worked itself out. The promotional issues that he had. Why is this dang notification still on me? I don't get that. I bet Cobb would rise to the occasion. Yeah, he'd rise as in get up off that ground. You know what I mean? Errol Spence screaming, let him go during the Charlo fight. What do you mean let him go? Why would he say let him go? Do you see him breaking Floyd's record? Who was that? I don't care about that record. That stupid record. You talking about that 50-0 crap? First of all, let me be very clear. Floyd Mayweather Jr. is 49-0. All right? He's 49-0. I don't want to hear that 50-0. That is make-believe, man. No joke, dude. That is make-believe that he is 50-0. That dude in real boxing matches, that dude is 49-0. That is absolutely silly. That's absolutely ridiculous for people to be saying he's 50-0. I just wanted to repeat that because I hadn't said it in a while. But when anybody says that to me, dude, I am going to definitely say that. Dude, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is 49-0. Man, get out of here with that with fighting Conor McGregor. Fighting Conor McGregor to beat Rocky Marciano's record is an insult to boxing. Man, please. That man is 49-0. 49-0 in serious boxing matches. His last fight was against a guy that had never fought before, never fought after. And it was as close to an exhibition fight as you possibly could have. Riviera, as Johnson says, sad part is that Boots going to be in mismatches until he fights Butter Spence at 147. He stops Thurman 2 at 58 at 5'8" and 69 inches reach on the outside. But look, man, it'll be a good fight though. Much love in that super chat, damn. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much for your support, bro. Thank you so much on that support. Yeah, I know the stats are 50-0. I'm telling you, it was whack. Berto was 49. And I could care less, bro. The record's stupid. Say what? At the stupid record. Let me tell you something, man. You can say what you want. That's an exhibition fight. They're counting an exhibition. Whatever. I want to see BoxRec. I mean, I want to see his fight facts. I want to see the fight facts. Man, that's silly. But yeah, I know officially he's 50-0, but whatever, man. Because watch what happens. If nobody fights Gilberto Ramirez is going to break it. So there you go. Whoop-de-doo. I mean, he's a great fighter, bro, but come on, man. So you think Floyd can't come out and beat another fighter to be 50-0? Come on, man. No, I don't. Do it. Do it, Jay Hollins. Do it. I don't know. I'm not saying he can't do it. Do it. I'm saying he didn't do it. I'm not saying he can't do it. I'm saying he didn't do it. Okay? You see the difference? I didn't say he can't do it. I said he didn't do it. I'm sure that Rocky Marciano could have fought 2 more fights and got to 51-0. He didn't, though. He stopped at 49-0. There you go. Guess what? Lennox Lewis could have came out and had another fight with somebody else and had another win. Guess what? He didn't. Floyd Mayweather Jr. fought Conor McGregor in an exhibition fight, and they counted it as 50-0. He got the fight. That's a paperwork thing. Is it a real? Do you think that is a real fight for Floyd Mayweather Jr.? You think that's real? You think that was a real professional boxing match? That was an exhibition match. That is no different. That's no different than when he fought Jake Paul. They should or fought Logan Paul. Logan Paul and by the way, Logan Paul was a better fighter, a better boxer than Conor McGregor is. Oh, said no. I'm agreeing with you. Thanks, Superman. Sorry about that, bro. Like I say, no matter what he does or have, they'll respect him, and you a fool if you don't know why. No matter what he does or have, they'll never respect him, and you a fool. I don't know what you're talking about, Mike. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Floyd Mayweather, if you're talking to me, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is going to be respected regardless of that 50-0 or not. When somebody goes 51-0, that's not going to affect Errol Spence Jr. That's not going to affect Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s legacy at all. It will not, because it's not a major part of it. It's not a major part of it. It's not going to affect him. If somebody goes 51-0, Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s position in boxing will not move, and not one iota. Not one iota. Because everybody knows he is a great fighter. And what he did in his career is what he did in the ring. And Conor McGregor's like, who cares? Really? That was a sucker move that he pulled that led into a lot of more, several more sucker moves being pulled off. And it's just what it is. It's sucker move central now. Oh, hey, man, we got another YouTube boxing. We got another YouTube boxing match going on. Let me sell that. Now it went from the MMA versus boxing to YouTube channel versus YouTube channel to YouTube channel versus MMA, retired MMA fighter. You know what I mean? Like, you know what it is? It is what it is. They created a new way to sell fights, to sell boxing or sell boxing matches to people, and that's what it is. And good for you. It is not a serious fight though, right? And from my perspective, you can talk about Tank. What do you want to insult Tank Davis out the blue or something? Put it in the super chat if you try to support the channel, brother. I'm not changing the topic for you. Support the channel. If you don't support the channel, bro, you don't get to change the topics. You know what I'm saying? If you don't support the channel, you don't get to shift topics on me. Fanon, Spence wouldn't take that Boots fight. No, he's not going to take the Boots fight, man. No. No, and he doesn't have to take the Boots fight. Why would he have to? Dude, the Thurman fight with Boots is what's up. Make that pop, dog. He's got a fight with Crawford he's trying to make, man. He's already got to take a pay cut to fight Crawford, you know? This man is busy taking a pay cut to give you the best fighter in fighting boxing and is waiting on Terrence Crawford to decide how much of a pay cut he's taking to make the fight, man. He's scared. Yeah, whatever, man. He's scared. You can say what you want, dog. For now, who you got in the Benavidez fight this? Oh, man, you got to be kidding me, Ashton Hampton. You got to be kidding me, man. Who do I have with David Benavidez and David Benavidez and David Lemieux? Man, David Benavidez in about 5 rounds, bro. David Benavidez in about 5 rounds. Okay? Are you kidding me? You might as, hey dog, Devin Haney got a better chance. Devin Haney got a better chance against David Benavidez than David Lemieux does. Seriously, man, ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way, David. Hey, ain't no way David Lemieux is getting out of that fight awake, man. Like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. That's a bigger miss. Let me tell you something. I think that's a bigger mismatch than Jerron Ennis Custio Clayton. It's a bigger mismatch, bro. Bigger mismatch, man. Way bigger mismatch, man. I think that's probably on point for now. Yeah, I mean, you know, David Lemieux got no chance, bro. That man said Lemieux in 8. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Somebody called me a pansy fanboy. Yeah, whatever, man. Hey, yeah. I think he can definitely get 2 undisputed cats, man. He can get them. He can get two undisputed cats. In chat, I gotta know what in the world do I gotta get rid of these notifications, man. Devin Haney has a better chance of getting a KO in his next fight. No, I mean literally, he's got a better chance against David Benavidez than David Lemieux does. Because at least Devin Haney can get away from him. You know what I'm saying? At least Devin Haney can move around the ring. Hey, Stacy Ruin, thank you, brother, for the rare super chat today. Thank you for the rare sign of support today. I appreciate you, man. That's huge, Stacy Ruin. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much, man. It means a lot, Brett, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, man. I'm serious, man. He got a better chance because at least he can stay away for a little while. But both of their chances 0. You know what I mean? You pick Lemieux, man. Come on, man. Seriously, man. Fanon just gave Devin a compliment. Man, I compliment Devin all the time. Jeez. Y'all are just so wrong with that, man. I compliment Devin Haney all the time. You guys just don't hear it. But I compliment Devin Haney all of the time, man. It is a regular, everyday occurrence that I say that man is the number 3 lightweight, man. And he should beat George Kambosos. But man, I'm trying to tell you, he better buckle, he better crumple that dude. You know what I'm saying? He better I'm trying to tell you, man, he better crumple George Gambosis. Man, I'm telling you, you better crumple him. Terrell Jr. said, Fanan, would you watch Ben Boots? Yeah. Hey, let me tell you something. I would pay for Ben Boots. Terrell Jr., would I watch Conor Ben and John Boots Ennis? Yes. I would pay for this. I would pay to see that fight, bro. I would pay to see that fight. I would pay to watch that fight. Ain't no way in the world that dude is coming anywhere near Jerron Ennis, man. Yeah, maybe. Hey, dog, maybe. Maybe it goes 6 rounds. Maybe 6 rounds, bro. Maybe 6 rounds. Excuse me, he has to retire undefeated in order to break Mayweather's boots. Is only 24. Look, let me tell you something, man. His record, that ain't even a record. Okay? There's already been a bunch of guys that went. There's already got. First of all, what's the record? Going 50-0 or being undefeated? Because Andre Ward retired undefeated. So there you go. He's right. You can't break undefeated. You know what I'm saying? Hey, William Collins holding me down. Thank you, brother. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you so much for your support, bro. You can't break somebody retiring undefeated, bro. You know what I mean? You can't break that. You can't break being undisputed. Being undefeated. And there are other fighters that have done it, but there's been fighters that got way past 50-0. Way past 50-0. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. got past that. What's that dude's name? I thought that little Minilothian dude got there, bro. At 50-0, it's not a record. Other people have gotten way past 50-0. Way past 50-0. They just didn't retire. You know? Floyd, there's nothing to me, Floyd, that's not what's impressive about Floyd is 50-0. I think that's just something, that's a marketing thing. It's how good he is. The fact, you said, thank you, bro, that ain't a record. Exactly. It's not a record. I don't even remember how much Sugar Ray Robinson got to like 89 and 0 or something like that. So it is what it is. Yeah, he beat a lot of, but so what? That's another thing I could care less about. He beat a lot of champions. He beat a lot of, how many reigning champions did he beat? Reigning champions, not ex-champions, reigning champions did the man beat. He did not beat 18 reigning champions, okay? I think he beat like 6 or 7 reigning champions, which is a lot to beat that many reigning champions. But he did not beat all 18 guys that had champions at one point, that were champions at one point in time in their career or not. He did not beat Shane Mosley when Shane Mosley was a champion. He didn't beat Miguel Cotto when Miguel Cotto was a champion. He beat Diego Corrales he did not beat 23 reigning champions. That is guys that had a championship at some point in time when he fought them. It's not the same thing, bro. He's just not the same thing. Yeah, but and in defense of him, though, when you say he beat some of those guys out of their prime, he beat guys when he was out of their prime too. He beat Canelo Alvarez and Floyd was out of his prime. So there are plenty of prime ones that he beat now. You know what I'm saying? He beat plenty of prime dudes. Plenty of them. All right? Plenty of them. He beat Janair Hernandez in his prime. He beat Diego Corrales and Jose Luis Castillo in their prime. He beat Ricky Hatton. In his prime. He beat Manny Pacquiao. They're the same age as whatever. They were both past their prime. He beat Victor Ortiz in his prime. He beat Robert DeGoes Guerrero in his prime. Mosley was a champion. Was Mosley a champion? You trying to lead me down the primrose path? He was a champion. Okay, so Mosley, if Mosley was a champion, I didn't remember Mosley being a champion. I didn't remember that. But okay, Mosley. Let me check you, man. I got to check you. Hatton, he beat a lot of guys that were champions. A lot, okay? And he beat a lot of guys that were in his prime, in their prime. And he beat a lot of guys. He beat champions before he was in his prime. And he beat champions that were in their prime after he was in his prime. The dude all around said Mosley wasn't a champion. Yeah, I didn't think he was, but let's see. Not difficult to see. Hey, y'all, make sure y'all hit that like button today, man. Hit that like button, please. Hit that like button. Yeah, Shane Mosley was not a champion because there wasn't even a champion. There wasn't even a belt on the line. And there wasn't one on the line. Wow, I didn't realize that Floyd beat Ricky Hatton for the welterweight championship. Crazy. Oh, because that's after he got it. Wow, that's crazy. But nah, he wasn't a champion. I didn't think he was a champion. You treating Spence like he's superhuman, just like people. No, I didn't. No, I don't. And you are making something up. And I'm gonna check you just to make sure I gotta throw you out. Because I'm pretty sure I know who you are, bro. Hold on one second. No, I don't. I don't know who you are. Good. Good to know. You're not fake. No, I'm not treating him like he's undefeatable. I'm not. I'm not treating him like he's undefeatable. I'm telling you that I think Terrence Crawford has the ability to win the fight. It would not shock me if Terrence Crawford won the fight. I would not be, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. It's not some mismatch. It's not, I don't think it's that. I'm telling you though, that is a very, very hard fight for Terrence Crawford. And that Errol has of most of the tangible things that you can point towards. Errol has a lot of advantages over him, man. And that style is an advantage. His style is an advantage because he's not wishing on a star. You know what I mean? It's not I wish upon a star time. Like, I'm sure I'm going to find a gap. He's going to give me something. You know, it's a game plan that they're walking in there with. You know, this is how we're going to go about breaking you down and winning this fight. That's how we're going to go about it. To me, it sounds like Terrence Crawford is going to go in there and he's going to he's going to feint. He's going to go feint. He's going to move. He's going to switch stances. Then he's going to figure out what Errol does. And then when he figures it out, he's going to capitalize on it. And hey, yeah, Buzz gonna win the fight because it's $7 because my man $7 out here supporting the chat, brother. Much love in that super chat, bro. Thank you, bro. Yeah, he has a lot of limitations. Human beings tend to have those. I don't know what limitation you're talking about though. I don't really see a lot of gaps in this game. He has a chin. He's fundamentally sound. He's a hard puncher that does not load up on punches. He's a hard puncher that does not load up on punches, which means he's hitting you hard consistently, but he's not putting himself off balance in order to do it. You know what I mean? Freddie Jimenez said, Martin, been in and out of the channel today, but here's some love. I'm out to save lives. Peace, Martin in the fan. Hey, thank you, Freddie Jimenez, in that super chat, brother. Much love for that super chat. Thank y'all for that support, bro. Thank you for refreshing the super chat. I'm stealing that. Thank you for refreshing the super chat, bro. Thank you, man. He said, Gano. Oh, exactly. Perfect descriptions. Yeah, look, that's what it's, when I hear the strategies that people say are going to happen for that fight, that's what I hear. He's going to figure them out. He's going to go in there. He's going to feint. He's going to use feints. He's going to set Errol up for punches, and he's going to see what his weaknesses are, and then he's going to capitalize on it. He's going to make adjustments on the fly. I hear on the fly adjustments a lot. With Errol, I don't hear on the fly adjustments. I know minor adjustments. Minor changes of strategy, like switching things up so the man doesn't get to, so you don't become predictable. But pretty much, he's going to try to break you down, and he's taking the fight to you. And there's going to be a lot of volume. There's some things that are consistent, and you know what Errol is going to do with Terrence. I don't know what other than trying to catch Errol coming in, like catch Errol, like taking a quick step back and catching Errol off balance and hitting him with a big shot and wobbling him, and then and like an uppercut, like the Gervonta Davis uppercut. Bro, that uppercut didn't land again for Gervonta. They neutralized that uppercut. Like they're probably going to neutralize the uppercut and neutralize a hook, right? But we'll see, man. Hopefully we'll get to see, bro. Style eliminations. He's best at coming forward against power and skill, and skill he can't take. You've never seen that Rolly the 4-door. When have you, dude? He's fought against very, very skilled fighters. Danny Garcia is. Ashton Hammond said, Fanon, why did WBA strip Taylor? They stripped him because he didn't speak up about his mandatory. Because he had a mandatory and they had a purse bid and he didn't respond. So he went silent on him. And I have a thing it has something to do with that Daniel Kinahan stuff, really. Because he doesn't have a manager now. He doesn't have a manager. The connection is shot. That's who he was. MTK Global's his manager, and MTK Global shut down. So I don't even know if he has a manager, right? Because when that stuff happened with Daniel Kinahan, MTK Global closed its doors. So I don't know what's going to happen with MTK. There is no more MTK Global, and those were his manager. Those are the people who are doing the negotiations for him. So maybe I don't know why. Maybe that had something to do with the fact that he couldn't respond. That he couldn't respond to the purse bid and their request. He didn't respond. They summoned him. He didn't respond. So they said, hey, the belt is vacant. WBA vacant's gone. Now they're going to order somebody else to fight for that. Hopefully it'll be the guy that deserves it is Regis Prograis. Because Regis Prograis, I thought, got jobbed when he had the WBA belt. Roller 4, if you can't hurt Spence, you know he is walking through you. You know that Fanon skill won't matter at that point. Dog, if you who's hurt him? But you're Rolly in the photo. You talking about an undefeated fighter, man. You're talking about an undefeated fighter. These guys he's not been beaten, so you don't know what he can't do. And he's fought all styles, man. He fought boxers. I mean, if a boxer was going to cause problems for him, it would be Mikey Garcia would have. Or Kell Brook would have. He's fought boxers, bro. The man is a very good fighter, man. I think you're looking I'm not looking for the shortcomings of Terrence Crawford. Alden Johnson said, can that mess up Taylor's pound for pound ranking at all? They already put him off. They put him off for Bivol. They already put him off of Ring magazines. I think he's off of ESPN's because they moved Bivol up. You know they had to move Bivol up because they kept Canelo ahead of the guy that beat him. Mind you, they kept Bivol ahead of the guy. They kept Bivol ahead of the guy that beat him. But that's because it's Canelo, who's a different weight class. But you still move up because you beat a smaller guy. Amazing logic these guys have, bro. Bro, you crazy. Man, Zan, can you put up a complete sentence so I know what you're talking about, man? He saw you were happy when he got stripped. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, Garcia was too small. Hey, look, man, you guys are looking. Let me tell you something, man. All I hear are you guys trying to find all these. You guys make it sound like Errol Spence Jr. is just super vulnerable. Like, that's what you make it sound like. Like, oh, it's just obvious. It's not obvious to me, man. And I can't, like, Errol, I know what Errol's going to do to Terrence. I see that. I know what he's going to try to do. I know what he's going to do. He's going to do what pressure fighters do to outboxers. They pressure them. They go to the body. They try to wear him. They try to take his legs from him. She's going to try to take his legs from him. He's going to try to fight in the space where Bud is going to be in taking a lot of punishment. That's what he's going to try to do. It's going to be a lot of volume there. I don't know. He said Errol's IQ too low. See, you're just an idiot. You're low. Your IQ is too low. You're not even, man, just go away, man. Like, man, serious talking about his IQ is too low. Yeah. He's too dumb. Like, man, just go away, man. You're using these phrases, you're using this nonsense, man. Just nonsense, bro. He's too low, man. Just tell me what the man is going to do. Right? Tell me what the man is going to do. The uppercut, right? Doing a great job for 9. Don't comment much, but I support and I like. Hey, thank you, Devontae Richardson. That means a lot. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you. It's just, but look, we'll see what's up, man. You know, we're going to see what's up. For sure. We're going to see what's up, man. Let me see. How many people we got in the building? Hey, man, we got 700 likes, man. See if you can get them likes up to 800, man. And again, thank you to everybody that has supported in the super chat and supported the chat today. You know, my man Quincy Carter ran off most of the big supporters. Thank you, Quincy Carter. I appreciate you. Just messing with you though, bro. Quincy Carter said, because Quincy Carter, my dude, he said, you make it sound like Errol going to walk over him. I don't think that. I think it's going to be a unanimous decision. It's not going to be that easy. I don't think it's going to be easy. I don't think it's going to be easy. Don't. I'm criticizing y'all because y'all act like it's easy. And I just don't see it. And after seeing that fight with Jermell, dog, man, those dudes over there are just, dude, they got a system over there, man. They're like the Patriots, man. You know what I'm saying? They got a system. You know what I'm saying? They got a system. And you just messing with the system. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the system. The system. That's what I see over there coming out there, the system. Oh, man, he ran off King Judah, dog. I'm telling you, man, he ran off King Judah. I have not seen King Judah since in a long time, dog. King Judah never came back, bro. After him, man. It's like, God, dog. And he wanted to ring off John Boy, too. Somebody tried to run off John Boy, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, some of y'all I know hate the channel. Some of y'all hate the channel, no joke. Man, what's good, man? Mr. Boxing today in the building. He said, who are your top 10 welterweights of all time? Here are mine: Robinson, Armstrong, Ray Leonard, Hearns, Trinidad, Whitaker, Floyd, Pacquiao, De La Hoya. Man, you're going to pull out Jose Napoles. Wow. I would have to say Sugar Ray Robinson, Henry Armstrong, Sugar Ray Leonard, Trinidad, Hearns. Man, I'm going to steal your whole list. Hearns. I would put Trinidad, De La Hoya. No, yeah, God dang it. I mean, I can't beat that list. Who would I say over besides Jose Napoles? I got to do something different. I know there's somebody out there. I'm out there I'm missing. Man, I can't even beat that list, Mr. Boxing today. That is a beautiful list, bro. Only thing that I may do is I may move just as a welterweight. I may move Ray Leonard over Armstrong. But then definitely Hearns, Trinidad, Whitaker. As a welterweight, I might move Floyd above. Trinidad. I might. Then Whitaker, yeah. Then Pacquiao, De La Hoya, Napoles. Hey, move out Pacquiao and move in Roberto Duran. Give me Roberto Duran, dog. I'm going to take Roberto. Give me Roberto Duran at welterweight. That's enough for me. I'll take Roberto Duran because he got Sugar Ray Leonard in that first fight. Give me Roberto Duran, bro. Give me Roberto Duran. And there's also, dog, I like him, but he didn't really pan out, you know, because he ran into him, was Wilfredo Benitez. As a favorite, I like Wilfredo Benitez. The young Puerto Rican champion, Wilfred Benitez. But yeah, man, that's a great list, Mr. Boxing today too. That's a great list, bro. Oh, well, let me see something too. I gotta get you this wrench back, bro. Hold on one second. Mr. Boxing today, honorable mention. I have to say Marlon Sarlin, Simon Brown, and Cotto. Yeah, that's a great list, bro. Add moderator because y'all ain't messing with Mr. Boxing today, bro. Man, yeah, that's a great list, man. I can't, I can't even add nothing to that. That's just on point. Aaron Pryor was at 140. I don't know if he ever even fought at 147. Right? Aaron Pryor is at 140. I also like Shane Mosley at welterweight. I know Shane Mosley didn't have the reign because he lost to Vernon Forrest. But I like him. Let's say one-stop fight scenario. I definitely have Duran in about 4 different weight classes. Yeah, exactly. On a one-stop. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, have him about 4 different weight classes. Yeah, you got to throw Duran in there, man. Just because Duran showed up, bro. Just because Duran blessed the welterweights with his presence for a hot second, man. You know what I'm saying? Benavidez is nice. Benitez is nice. He beat all of the welterweights besides maybe Errol. Hey, dude, if Errol gets this, I'm going to throw Errol in there too. If Errol gets past Terrence Crawford, I'm going to throw Errol in there. Got to. If Terrence Crawford beats Errol, I'll throw Terrence Crawford in there because this is just such a significant one, man. It's such a significant one. Yeah, definitely Roberto Duran was better at lightweight too. Yeah, definitely. But Roberto Duran's the man. But I just want to throw him in there because, I want to be able to say Roberto Duran. Because Roberto Duran, dude, I didn't like him as much when he was actually fighting because he was fighting against Sugar Ray Leonard. But man, when he beat your man, what's the Brooklyn dude he beat, man? Or Iran Barkley. When he beat Iran Barkley, man, I was like, wow. No joke. And he gave a very good fight. By the way, he gave a very, very good fight to Hagler. Good fight to Marvin. He gave a good fight to Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Duran, if I recall correctly, he gave a good fight to Duran. Definitely got laid out though against Tommy the Hitman Hearns, bro. That was like a nightmare, bro. That was a nightmare for him. That Tommy Hitman Hearns, he got hit with that man. He got put that shizzle on him, bro. Yeah, of course Mayweather, man. But honestly, man, Mayweather. If I had to put Mayweather on somewhere. If I had to put him somewhere, I'm putting him on that 130-pound list, man. And on the lightweight list. 130. I know he wasn't at lightweight long, but man, dog, that dude at 130, his best weight class was 130, bro. I had him on there, man. Mayweather's on there. Man. But I just, I would love to see him fight Duran. I don't know if he beats Duran at welterweight. I don't know. I would definitely, I'm telling you, you better stay away from Tommy Hearns. Like, I don't got Mayweather beating Tommy Hearns, never. Yeah, he does. Yeah, Hagler won, but I'm saying he gave a really good fight with Hagler, man. He gave Hagler some business. Good fight with Hagler, man, at middleweight. And so yeah, man, he was nice, man. Yeah, Duran would be tough for him. I just straight up, I'm going to tell you the welterweights that I think beat Floyd, Sugar Ray Leonard, and Tommy Hearns, man. Give me those two over Floyd. Give me those two guys over Floyd. Even though it's really, really hard to ever pick against Floyd, because I understand how good he is, man. You know what I mean? Mr. Box today said Iran Barkley, Southside Bronx. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. That man, hey, when he beat him, I was like, wow. Fundora, what about Fundora? Oh, that's not on me. If Sugar can beat Duran, Mayweather got him. He did beat Duran. Blacksmith Ross. Sugar Ray Leonard beat Duran twice. Made him quit in the second fight. He don't fight like Duran, man. Floyd Mayweather, I don't know if Floyd beats Duran. I don't know if Floyd beats Roberto Duran. Man. At lightweight, I don't know. Hey, man, I do not know. That ain't no guarantee right there. You know what I'm saying? That ain't no guarantee right there. So I'm just trying to tell you. That ain't no guarantee that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is going to beat Roberto Duran at lightweight or middleweight or 147. Roberto was a beast, man. Roberto's is a beast. And there ain't no guarantee he's going to beat Shaw. I wouldn't even want to see the Pernell Whitaker Floyd. Pernell at Duran. Yeah, that'd be great. Pernell Whitaker versus Duran at 135. Yeah, that'd be a great fight, man. Give me Pernell Whitaker there, though. I'll take Pernell over Duran. Just because I don't think he can hit him. A really good, because man, nobody beats that dude in his prime, man. A fresh Pernell dog is so awkward, bro. So awkward, so tough to do anything with, man. And James Tony, this Yeah, but he didn't come up from he didn't come up from lightweight. You know what I mean? Roberto Duran came up from lightweight, man. So I got to give Roberto Duran, and he was old and he came up from lightweight. You know, my man, Mr. Boxing Today said, I'm not sure Floyd would be willing to take the chances against Duran the way Ray did. Yeah, like sit in there with him and bomb with him. Yeah, because Roberto will hurt you. Roberto, them hands of stone ain't no joke, man. So it just ain't no guarantees. There are no guarantees over there, man. No guarantees. But you're talking about the absolute best fighters of different eras, and it's a compliment to these guys to even be talking like that, because you know the best guys I think the best guys in any division are going to beat guys that are not the best in any division. Sugar Ray Robinson is going to mop the floor with 99.9% of the welterweights right now. Like they're not beating, man. Sean Porter's not beating that dude. Time machine his ass. Sean Porter is not beating him. All right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Custio Clayton ain't beating him. They're the best. They're the best in those divisions, man. They're the best in those. If you're the best in your division or best your time around that time, dog, you deserve a lot of respect. Because honestly, that's the best. That's the most you can ever really do. You know? Pretty boy Floyd whipping Duran. Hey, man. All righty. All righty. Hey, Fanon, if you had to pick one boxer in each weight class all time, who would they be? Who would pick to do what? In heavyweight, give me Ali, the 67 Ali. Cruiserweight, I don't care about. 175, give me Bob Foster. I can only do the classic weight classes. The classic weight classes. Heavyweight, give me Ali. Light heavyweight, give me Bob Foster. Give me Bob Foster. At middleweight, give me Roy Jones Jr. at middleweight. At welterweight, give me Sugar Ray Robinson at welterweight. At lightweight, give me Henry Armstrong at lightweight. Featherweight, drain Floyd and give me Floyd at featherweight. Put Floyd down. Make Floyd weight drain and give me Floyd at featherweight. Flyweight at bantamweight. Give me a Guillermo Rigondeaux. Give me Guillermo Rigondeaux at bantamweight. And after that, them little dudes, you can keep them. There you go. Yeah, so that's right. 122 or 118, give me Guillermo Rigondeaux because he'd had to make that weight. Go back up. 126. Give me Floyd, because Floyd would have to start at 126 and not lightweight. Give me 126. Give me Floyd. At 135, who did I say at 135? At lightweight, give me Henry Armstrong. At lightweight. Welterweight, give me Sugar Ray Robinson. Middleweight, who did I say? Give me Roy Jones Jr. at middleweight. 175, Bob Foster. And heavyweight, Ali. There you go. Not tough. You said, I disagree with a lot of your picks, but this list I actually agree with. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much for agreeing with me. You know, hey, I'm going to tell you, though, seriously, my number two, other than Ali, my number two heavyweight that I would take, number two, give me George Foreman at number two. I'll take George Foreman at number two. Number two, George Foreman. Nah, give me George Foreman at number two. Number two, give me George Foreman. Absolutely. Oh, I'll take Roy Jones Jr. over Hagler. Yeah, give me Roy Jones Jr. over Hagler. I didn't make that mistake. Give me Roy Jones Jr. You're talking about the best? Give me Roy. Absolutely. Give me Roy. Absolutely. Give me Roy Jones Jr. over Hagler. Yes. Give me Roy Jones. Let me repeat this. Give me Roy Jones Jr. over Hagler. Yes, I'll take Roy Jones Jr. over Hagler. Absolutely. I'll take Roy Jones Jr. over Hagler. Absolutely, positively. And you know who else I'm going to take after Roy Jones Jr.? Give me Bernard. Give me Bernard Hopkins right after Roy Jones Jr. You can have Hagler. I'll take my chance. Hey, I can be wrong. I'll take my chance. In a fight between the two, I'll take my chance with Roy. I'll give my chance with Roy. Give me my chance with Roy over anybody in middleweight. After that, give me Bernard Hopkins over anybody at middleweight. Ali Holmes Foreman, absolutely, yeah. And you know, hey, and Mr. Boxing Today, you know why I'm taking Foreman at number 2? Taking Foreman because he'll knock your ass sideways. That's why. Because people are going to say, oh, but the big Tyson Fury, this, yeah, exactly. That's why I'm taking him. Going in there. And I'm going to tell you something. I need 15 rounds and no juice. Yeah, Holyfield a cruiser, but I'm not counting cruiser. Cruiser's in heavyweight, Mr. Boxing Today. Cruiser's in heavyweight. Because you can't do it historically. You got to do it historically. You got to put all those guys in the heavyweight division from the time that they're over 200 pounds. You got to put them all there, man. Otherwise, you can't do historical comparisons. You got to put 140 and 140 because that's where those guys were fighting. Anybody that weighed 140 had to fight at welterweight. He had to go down to 135 or they had to go to 147. So B-Hop is a 160 pounder. He's a 160 and Roy 160. 168 is not the weight class. It's 175. Because Bob Foster may have been able to Bob Foster may have been able to weigh 168. As skinny as he is, that dude may have been able to, he may have been able to make it. You know? Ward at 175, nah, give me Bob Foster. Give me Bob Foster at 175. Snooze you. You snooze, you lose you. Give me the sheriff, dog. I like him, but give me the sheriff. Give me the sheriff. Give me the sheriff, bro. Give me the sheriff. I'm taking the sheriff. Because if he clips you, he's like a big Tommy Hearns. If he hits you, you out of there. You know what I'm saying? Stacy Luma said, we not always eye to eye, but you on it today. Hey, thank you, Stacy Rubin. Much love in that super chat. Thank you so much for your support, bro. But look, I got to bounce. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. Thank you guys so much for your support today. We'll be back out there tomorrow. Said Fanon will lock your ass out. Yes, knockout power and both. Yeah, Foreman will knock you out. Yeah, he said, Mr. Box says, I miss the original 8-weight class. Yeah, and that you ask me all time, Mr. Boxing, that's the only way you can compare them. That's the only fair comparison, is if you take all those middle class and those in-between weights and you stick them in the right weight class. Because, as you know, Henry Armstrong could have fought it, probably was weighing around in the 140s when he fought he was probably in the 140s when he was fighting for the middleweight champion, you know? Yeah, Roy beat Hagler. Oh, no, Roy beat Bernard Hopkins. Yeah, I'll take Roy over him. No joke. Yeah, I'll take Bernard Hopkins over Hagler too. Oh man, give me Bernard. Give me B-Hop. Even though I could be wrong on the Hagler. I could be wrong on Hagler versus B-Hop, but give me B-Hop. The sheer brutality. The sheer brutality of Bernard Hopkins. The pure executioner. Dog, give me the executioner, dog. Give me the executioner. You got to give me the because Fury's going to get clipped. Fury's going to get clipped. 15 rounds, no juice, you get clipped. No, I'm not giving Fury, man. Fury ain't beat nobody except for one guy. Anyway, it is what it is. With that, I'm out. Deuces.